It is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
But the difference between me and Sedano is I actually show up to work.
Oh, my God.
There we go. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Friday. We got Lakers preseason basketball tonight at Crypto.com. You'll hear all the coverage. And the play-by-play with John Ireland, the voice of the Lakers, tonight. Plus, don't forget Rams-Lakers on Sunday. Can you imagine if the Cardinals beat the Rams? Gosh, Mason will really lose it.
Brian
but yesterday, of course, we had all the reaction to Dave Roberts, that gutless bum. And Mason joined the movement.
Yeah, but this is new for you. You've always said that the postseason is a crapshoot.
Because this is the same movie playing over. I've watched this movie now 3 times. It is the friggin' Titanic.
You've watched this movie 10 times.
Well, but the last 3 years have been the most embarrassing of the run. Most embarrassing of the run.
So as many pose the question, what if Dave Roberts doesn't get fired? Well, I still win because I will play the audio of Mace saying he should be fired every day next season. We'll see if Dave Roberts ever comes back on this show. Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon right now.
Don't use my own words against me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think that's what Morales does, is uses all of our words against us. He's a specialist in that
really
area.
good Shadano
do
joke,
a
though.
thing
Really
like that.
funny Shadano joke.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's Friday the 13th.
It is. Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious? Do you feel like you need to be overly cautious today?
I do not. I do not have triskaidekatrophobia.
Triskaidekaphobia?
I've got it.
Is that a real thing?
Triskaidekatrophobia. Is that not it?
Triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekatrophobia.
That's...
Yeah, that's right.
Triskaidekaphobia is extreme superstition regarding the number 13.
Apparently very rare. It's a very rare thing. Not many people actually saw it.
I like the number 13.
You know, I have the number 13 tattooed on my arm.
Really?
Yeah, did we not told this story?
Well, that was a Friday the 13th tat, right?
Yeah, it was a Friday the 13th tat. It was $13 on the Friday the 13th, and it would be the number 13.
And don't tell that story anymore.
By the way,
yes,
Taylor Swift's favorite number.
13?
Yeah,
13.
Not 87?
Is that...
Not, well, yeah, usually maybe 87 now.
Yeah.
That's a good line, Brian.
Yeah, that was
well
good.
done. Well done.
Brian's rolling. All right, so... yeah, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of black cats or ladders or any of that stuff.
Most
None
famous
of that stuff's gonna
athlete to
happen.
ever wear number 13 is?
What? What are you pointing at?
Greg, most famous athlete to wear number 13 is? Ask Michael, he knows.
Most famous athlete, Wilt Chamberlain?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Wilt
that.
the Stilt, number
Yeah, I know that
13.
one.
Almost said
I know that one.
Almost said that.
Dan Marino?
Yeah,
another
Dan Marino's a
one.
good one, too.
Yeah.
Are you in or are you out?
No,
I mean,
you got to
you've-
play his music if
Yeah,
he's coming
play-
in.
if you're
Brian,
coming
where's
in-
his music?
Play the
Oh, no,
friggin'
he doesn't
music.
want to come
You're
in yet. He has all his stuff here.
All right.
No. False music. False
He
music.
wants more time. he needs to ramp
He's
up.
prepared.
We'll do it live!
All right, so John, the Dodger thing has settled a little bit in my head. You obviously, there's not going to be a change.
No,
There
I'd
should
be
be.
shocked.
There
I mean,
should be.
I'll give you 10%. I'll give you a 10% chance. I said 70-30 he stays. I now feel it's 90-10.
90-10.
90-10 that he stays. Yeah. If
Do
they're
you
gonna,
think there's still 10%?
10% chance?
So there's a chance?
Why 90?
Because, what, you mean like why not 100?
Yeah.
Because
It's either 100 or...
No, because they haven't given him the dreaded vote of confidence.
They
yet.
haven't said anything.
Right. If
I think that's
By the way,
worse that they
isn't
haven't
that
said
more
anything.
ominous that Andrew Friedman hasn't said anything?
No, because he never does. So that's why...
Well, isn't there normally an outro press conference at some point?
There will be at some point. He'll make himself available to Spectrum or KLAC or someplace. And
Us.
he'll go. I don't think he'll be coming on
You
with
don't
us.
think he'll
I'm not even going to ask
Are you going
for
to put in
him.
a request?
No, absolutely not.
No.
He's not going to come.
Probably not the right time.
No, probably not the right time.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
they
might-
already
you know
don't
what,
like us
though?
that much.
He might come on if they do fire him. I would, if I were him, I would come on with us if we fire him.
Wait, Friedman?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not firing Friedman.
No. I'm saying Friedman would come on with
If
us if they fire Roberts, just so
Roberts.
he can give his side of the story.
Yes.
Do you think Roberts would come on with us if he's fired?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
He's a great guy.
Because he's
Yeah.
going to be auditioning
So he
for
could-
the
And
Yeah,
by the
he
way,
gets fired,
I
we bring him on.
I
San
think
Francisco
I think he goes to San Diego, San Francisco, or the Angels right away. Maybe even the Mets.
The Angels would immediately try and get him.
Immediately. Yep.
Then Artie would screw it up, and then he would go to the Mets.
Right, it's
Somehow.
exactly
Yeah.
what would happen.
Somehow
Yeah,
would screw it up.
probably.
yeah.
Craig Counsell is supposedly going to the Mets.
Yeah, that makes more
Oh,
sense.
is that right? Craig Counsell to
Because
the
the
Mets?
new GM of the Mets hired Counsell in Milwaukee. So I don't think your dream is dead. Your dream of a new Dodger manager.
Yes.
but I think it's a very unlikely scenario.
That's frustrating.
If they miss the playoffs, then I think they would probably make a change. But winning 100 games and then pinning that on the manager when your two best players go 1 for 24 is a little bit of a jerk move.
Okay, so here's
what happens in the NBA all the time.
Look, I don't want to blame the formatics, but the formatics definitely favored the underdogs.
I don't want to blame it, but I'm going to blame it.
No, I'm just saying the top 5 teams in terms of wins are all out of the playoffs.
Astros. That's the only. There's nothing else to say.
They had 90
it's
wins.
Astros.
They were not.
Yeah, but they cheat.
And
they won it last year in the same scenario.
They know what pitches are coming. Of course, they're not going to lose.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, this is we got a piece of breaking news here.
Uh-oh.
And I want to ask how all you guys would handle it. Michael, you should come in because this would be good for you to comment on.
He's doing other things. He needs time.
All right, well, Greg, then since you're the only other one of everyone that has a microphone on right now that has had a child,
okay,
I will throw this at you first.
Okay.
According to Pro Football Talk, Sean McVay and his wife Veronica have a child due at any minute.
At any minute? Oh, good for
Could
them.
be today,
good for you,
could
Coach.
be tomorrow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Could be Sunday.
Do we know the sex of the baby?
Let me see. I'll click on the story. But
female.
Sean has come out and said, if Veronica goes into labor on Sunday, he's not coaching.
Absolutely.
Greg, is that the right move?
Yep. 1,000% the correct move.
If it were a playoff game, does that make a difference?
Yep. You still go to the hospital. No matter what, you're at
I'm
the
with
hospital.
Mace on this. I think if it was a playoff game, Sean would either induce or he would coach the game.
Well, can I ask? I mean, again,
no, that's ridiculous.
No, it's not. Greg, people do it all the time.
I know, and it's ridiculous that they do it. Your child is more important than a playoff game.
Okay, but wait. So I don't understand all this.
Greg, do you feel the same way if it's the Super Bowl?
Yes, 100%. It's still your child being born.
Yeah, but you're
thinking about it in the wrong way.
You induced during the Pro Bowl so that you can be ready for the Super Bowl.
Sure, you can do that, but if for some reason she goes into labor on the Super Bowl, you don't go to the Super Bowl. Family is always first.
Right, but
family is forever. Your coaching job with the Rams.
What about the Ramley?
Wait a minute. This happened to
Michael,
a player.
I hope you agree with me.
This happened to a player. I'm trying to remember who it was.
NBA Finals Game 7.
That the wife was went into labor on Super Bowl week. It also happened to Phil Mickelson at the U.S. Open.
Okay.
Phil Mickelson's wife, Amy, was pregnant, and it was the final round of the U.S. Open, and he was leading. So he was leading the U.S. Open, and he had a pager on. And he said, if the pager goes off, I'm walking off the course.
Right.
Even if I have the lead. And if you win the U.S. Open, you get like $2-3 million.
Right, sure.
And if you drop out, if you walk off, you get DQ'd.
Right. That's a little bit different because that's a personal.
Well, here's the best person
event.
to ask. Michael Thompson just walked in. Michael, you had 3 children. I'm assuming you were at the birth of all 3, right?
Where's your humanity, Ireland?
No, I'm not saying I would be there.
You said you'd
I don't
be
think
there.
No, but I'm saying like, I mean, you played in what, 3 or 4 NBA finals.
Michael was born during the finals in '88,
and
it was on an off date. But if it was a game day,
had it been a game day, how would you have handled
I
it?
wouldn't even thought about no stupid game. Are you kidding me? There's nothing.
Do you think Pat Riley would have backed you up?
Oh yes, no question. Anybody. That's definitely an NBA protocol.
Would you
family
would
emergencies games don't matter?
Okay, would you have thought less of a teammate that said her family's with her, her sister's with her, my brother's with her, she's surrounded by family and loved ones. This game's too important. We've been working 10 years for this. Would you have a problem with that teammate? Would you say to that teammate, "Hey man, you need to be there. Don't play"?
What is wrong with you? You a low life? What are you doing?
No, I'm asking
No, I'm
you.
talking about my teammate.
He's asking
I'm talking
a
about my
rhetorical
team. Say, what is
question,
wrong with you? You think this game's more important than the health of your child or your wife? I'll ask
But
him.
Michael, there's no role. I mean, you and I were both there for
I
the
don't
birth
care.
of our children. There's no role we play.
John, think about it this way. If something happens to your wife, she has some complications, she goes into shock, something happens to her, and you're not there because you're coaching the Super
you never
Bowl,
forgive
you
yourself.
would never,
But
ever forgive yourself.
On the other hand, the salaries and the money involved in professional sports now is staggering. In other words,
So,
if
what's the price of your child?
Zero. Well, I mean, there is no price. Right,
Exactly.
but Michael, if let's say for example, a team that's never won anything.
I don't care.
You don't care if it's
There's
San
no
Diego
scenario that's more
It's-
important than
it's-
the birth of your kid.
It's Game 7.
I don't care. It
The
could be Game
Clippers-
20.
The Clippers are in it to win their
Who
first
cares?
title ever. Kawhi Leonard's wife or girlfriend's having a baby. You say, Kawhi, go to the hospital.
Bleep it. Go to the hospital, son. Your child is the most important thing in your life.
Here's what I say. Irresponsible to have a baby during football season.
Well, wait a minute.
Can't you time? I mean,
We can induce it.
You can time, but you can also time it. You can also say, okay, we're not going to do this in January.
Julie had a baby during the NBA Finals, and Michael were
And
playing
you can
it.
induce them. You can induce babies. Like Trace was 3 weeks early because he was going to be so big. So they induced us so she could have him 3 weeks early.
But did you think about having a baby time so that it wouldn't happen during the playoffs?
No, nobody thinks about
Momo,
that. Mason, the mood hits.
Momo texted and she
Yes.
says induction leads to more complications, C-sections, etc., especially for first-time moms. So it's
And
induction
Veronica
is
in this
best.
scenario is a first-time
Yes.
mom.
Yeah, and exactly.
Veronica McVay.
You're there no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
don't know.
You should ask this question to McVay next week.
All right, yeah, we will. We'll
We
bring
will.
it up. We'll bring it up with them. But Greg, the other thing is, and I would handle it the way you're handling it. My question for you is: would you think less of a teammate that did it the other way?
I mean, it's their choice, but yeah, a little bit. In my head, I would absolutely think of less.
A lot.
You should absolutely be there for your child. Family first in every situation. Everybody will understand. You have the perfect excuse to miss something as big as the Super Bowl. Your child is being born.
Right.
Right. But I mean, there are people that.
We'll
no, okay,
say-
Michael. Does it make a difference?
I think less of them.
This question's going to come off as insensitive, but I've heard other.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Wait a
really.
minute, an insensitive question from John Ireland.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Michael, does it make
Number
a
one of
difference
the
if
day.
it's your first, second, or third child?
No, it doesn't. Each one of your
No, I'm
children.
asking.
No, not at all. Not at all, man. It's nothing compares to your children. Nothing more valuable or more precious to you than your children. Nothing. If something is, then something mentally wrong with you.
Mace, if you were up for an Oscar
Yeah.
and you were the favorite to win,
Yes.
and
I'd slap the host.
You were, you were having. Well, they
That's
weren't.
so-
and now we found out they weren't together
Yeah,
anyway.
they weren't, exactly.
But
Chris
and
Rock asked him out. Asked her out.
and your significant other is having a baby on that day,
On the Oscar day?
on the day where
Yep.
you're supposed to have your moment.
Yep.
Where are you going? Hospital, Oscars.
You got to think about that, Mace.
Red carpet. We would be
You're a bad guy.
forever.
You're a bad
No,
guy.
on the
You're a
red
bad
carpet.
guy.
Wait a minute.
On the red carpet.
Bad guy. You know what do you think Morales would do? He
On
would
the red
totally go to the
carpet.
Oscars.
I'm not talking about Morales. Bad guy.
No, I'm saying
Bad
you
guy
do
Mace.
it right on the red carpet.
You
You would deliver on the red carpet.
no,
People
combine
would
the two.
talk
Bad
about
guy.
it for years. Do you remember when Mason's
Yeah.
wife gave birth on the red carpet at the Oscars?
Okay, two
I got a baby and an Oscar.
Two different people have texted me. Van Jefferson, who the Rams traded this week,
Yep.
his wife delivered during the Super Bowl that the Rams won.
Oh, and he played?
He played, and as soon as the game ended, he went straight to the hospital
All right.
to see the wife and the baby. But he played in the game.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think less of him for
By
that.
the way, I think I'm a big live and let live guy. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I try to be not judgy. As much as possible, I try not to be judgy.
It's okay to be judgy.
That's too much.
Everybody is, whether they admit it
you
or
can't.
not.
You can't not. But
Yeah, that's supposed to human nature to be judgy. If somebody's beating up their girlfriend, do you think he's a
well,
jerk?
no.
That's
But
judgy.
if somebody's parked wrong in front of my house, which
somebody-
is right now, I'm like, man,
Somebody
live and let
parks-
live.
oh.
He's parked the wrong.
Somebody parks in the handicap section, and we said, "What a jerk!"
I don't like that.
Yeah, what a jerk. You know.
All right, coming up next, John, Michael, an NFL analyst took down Denver wide receiver Jerry Jeudy last night, and it's not like anything I've ever seen. Have you heard about this?
No.
Can't
Okay.
be worse than Rodney Harrison on Zach Wilson.
It's rough. I'll play it for you coming up next, Michael. Hey, my buddy Jacob wants to share a typical situation. So you got in what you think is a minor accident, right? Fender bender. Your knee hits the dashboard. You get out of the car. You talk with the person. They say they zoned out or they didn't see you or whatever. It's obvious the accident was the other guy's fault. Your car's got damaged, but you can still drive it. So you take pictures, you exchange information, and then after waiting a week or two, you get hold of the other driver and they say, hey, it was your fault. Oh, and when your knee hit the dashboard, it's actually starting to hurt more, and it will be difficult to prove when you got injured. So don't put yourself in this situation immediately after an accident. Only one name to remember, that is Jacob. Jacob will work hard on your behalf so you can concentrate on getting healthy, handling all the frustrating paperwork, and receiving the compensation that you deserve. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob.
on Instagram and on Facebook at call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk.
Can I tell you, this song,
Don't like it?
please never play it again.
Brian,
I can't
You don't like this?
stand that song.
Oh, come on.
okay.
No, the reason he hates it is the Lakers used to play this at every Laker game for about 15 years.
It was every single game. I'm like, Lisa Estrada, hit shuffle on your iPod.
It's going to be a good night.
So
Send the
Don't
vibes.
attack the game operations director.
How dare you say something about Lisa?
She's the
She's
one that's going to let
amazing.
me sing the national anthem, isn't she? Did
Yes.
you guys ever look
She's
into
like
that?
the nicest person that works
I love
there.
Lisa. She's the one that helped
She's
me
the
sing
best.
at the, I guess what was then
The Defenders.
the Defenders, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm
has
the
anybody
band with the Defenders.
has anybody explored me singing the anthem at a Lakers
No, we got to
game?
do that. We got to talk to Mitch, the Laker PR guy.
Well, it's not Mitch. It's Matt Shelton, who's a great guy, who is the new game operations director. I'll see him tonight. I will run it by him.
Okay, good.
And now that Mason has said that he doesn't like this song, Brian, every single break come back with this song.
No,
No, seriously, I'm not even kidding.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
All right, so last night there was a football game. It was not a good football game to watch. It was Kansas City.
Is that the last time we're going to see Denver on TV?
Yeah, boy, I hope so.
Well, at the beginning of the year, everybody thought Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, there's something here. And
Yeah.
now we got to watch this
Russell
awful
Wilson
team.
threw for 68 yards or something like that. One of the worst games he's ever
I
had.
didn't
as a
watch the
pro.
game. How many times was Taylor on TV?
A lot.
A lot.
If I was producing a game and she was there, I would cut away to her 50 times.
Don't you think people are getting sick of seeing it?
Yes.
Mason is.
I am.
I went to see her movie last night. I'm like, okay, I got dragged there. I'm like, all right, good. I saw this concert, but now I'm going to watch the movie of the concert.
Michael, I would go the other way. I would have a Taylor cam that you could go to online.
Oh, like a second window where you just follow Taylor.
Amazon already has multiple windows that you can access.
Picture in picture. Yeah. Put Taylor in the corner of the screen.
I'm dead serious. I would have a Taylor cam. I think all the Swifties would watch it.
Yeah, probably would.
Emily says she's tired of seeing it, the NFL coverage over.
Yeah, it is too much. It is an interesting blending of worlds. But anyway, Denver got blown out last night by Kansas City. And before the game, Steve Smith Sr., who works for NFL Network, was down in the field.
The old Panthers wide receiver.
And apparently had a conversation with Jerry Jeudy, the Denver wide receiver, before the game. And here is Steve Smith Sr.'s account of it.
I called out to him because on my podcast, Cut to It, I just talked about guys that maybe have not showed up in a way or in a manner. And so the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy. Just a guy. And so when I saw him, he's playing well. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say to him. His response, Mike Robb and Bucky, was ninja.
Ninja?
Yes, I'm using the word ninja. I'm just using the word ninja. I don't mess with you. And it was a curse word. And so I was like, all right. And then he repeated it. So I'll say it again. I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver that you use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything. I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver, that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy, because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically, can he be a wide receiver? He could be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3. Go back into the studio. I'm done now. Thank you.
Drops the mic. Drops the mic and walks off the set.
Wow.
You know what? Looking at this, I don't have a dog in the fight, obviously. Yeah. Steve Smith's right. If you look back, if you're going to take a first-round pick on Jerry Jeudy, you're expecting first-round pick. You're expecting him to be Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, somebody that, not a lot of wide receivers, Michael, go in the first round. Mm-hmm. And he was coming out of Alabama, had all that speed. And Jerry Jeudy has been just a guy.
Yeah, he's been a jack.
Mm-hmm. How far is this different from calling a player garbage?
I think this is actually a step beyond garbage.
No,
a step beyond. Why is this okay and the garbage is bad? Okay. So is it okay?
Did you hear me say it was okay?
No, I'm pointing things out.
I didn't.
Wait a minute.
Connecting dots.
I think he's airing out.
This is worse than saying garbage.
He's airing out a personal grievance on a game. On a broadcast before a game, throwing a specific player under the bus. Yeah. I think it's very different. That's worse criticism. I think Jerry Jeudy got worse criticism from Steve Smith Sr. than Rodney Harrison gave to Zach Wilson.
By the way, Brian, did you put that Don LaGreca stuff in on Wednesday?
Yeah, we played that once, but...
Greg, did you come inside? I must have left.
I saw it. Yeah. We haven't played it. But.
All right, go. So, Brian, this is Greg. I wonder how you feel about this, about Don LaGreca, who's on our station in New York. You remember the lineman, Michael, for the Giants?
Evan
Neal.
That
said, I don't care if people criticize me. What do they know? They're all flipping hot dogs and burgers. Yeah. The guy who has our job, who does this job in New York, said this. And Greg, I want you to just tell me if you're okay with this rant. Hit it, Brian.
I'd cut his ass. I would. How dare you? How dare you? These people pay your salary. They pay an obnoxious amount of money to park, an obnoxious amount of money for PSLs to sit there and watch this pap, and you call them hamburger flippers? What, you're so much better? I'd rather have a guy that's flipping hamburgers block than your piece of garbage ass. Who the hell are you to talk to fans like that? You piece of garbage.
All right, Greg, you okay with that?
Okay, he's calling him actual. He's saying you are a piece of garbage.
Of
you
garbage.
are a piece. You're not just garbage. You're one singular piece of garbage.
You don't approve of
Okay,
this?
like this is Don LaGreca's whole shtick. That's what he does.
He's
freaks
calling
out
him an item of garbage.
Yes, one
you are
singular,
an absolute singular piece of garbage.
Yes.
Michael, you okay with that?
I'm not
rant?
okay with that.
No, I mean it's fun. It's entertaining to listen to, but I would never say that about a player.
I wouldn't either. Bergman said he had no problem with it when they said it last week about somebody.
Because he wasn't calling him garbage. He was calling his
Oh,
play
God,
garbage.
I don't
want to
wanna
go.
go-
It's so different.
No,
Michael.
Michael is with us. You're alone
About
on
what?
this.
About Zach Wilson?
Yeah, about Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he said Zach Wilson is garbage. So
No,
he's
he
calling
said
him
his
garbage too.
play was garbage.
He
His
didn't.
tape was
I mean,
garbage. His play was
literally, he
garbage.
didn't say that.
You're about half right, Greg. I think that you can make the argument you're making.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wasn't
But
calling him like as a person.
No, you're on Mao
it was
Island.
Richard Sherman that was doing that,
yeah,
right?
right.
No, it's Rodney Harrison.
Rodney
Harrison. Okay.
Yeah.
One of those dudes.
Don LaGreca is actually calling him garbage.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
That's going too far.
It is too far. There's a lot of them. I mean,
it's
everybody
entertaining
wants
to listen to.
Everybody, it's fun to listen to. Exactly.
There you
That's
go.
the thing. It's entertaining. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Michael Thompson's hanging out today. Pepe Mantilla is going to be here in a little while.
Really? Does he have to be?
We got Lakers preseason basketball coming for you tonight.
And we haven't heard how Michael driving Pepe home last week went.
Oh,
I
that's
did.
right.
I tweeted it out last week. It was pure hell.
I saw that tweet. Michael and Pepe.
I think you're exaggerating.
Pepe riding shotgun apparently is a bit of a nightmare. We'll get to all that coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. Time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Spinning the wheel. Ireland, what came up?
Okay. I put this on the wheel. It just hasn't come up. I put it on the wheel a few days ago. Okay. I have a neighbor dilemma.
Oh, boy.
That I want to run by all of you and tell me how you would handle it. And then after we're done, and Laura's hanging out today. Brian's here. Greg's here. Greg's Sedano today, so Laura's going to help us out today a little bit.
Right, exactly.
So I live on a street where everybody's really close. Mm-hmm. Like everybody knows everybody. But we had a new young couple move in. Very nice. Steve and Laura. And they just had a baby, so they have a 1-year-old. And the other day, Michael, I was driving home, and one of the nights we got back either late from the airport or late from a game, and I noticed They had left their garage door open. They just forgot to close it. But it was 11 o'clock at night. I don't have either one of their cell phones. I didn't want to go knock on their door because I thought they
11
or
o'clock
the
at night
baby
is-
could be asleep.
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe I should just walk in, hit the button, and run out. Jump over the electric guide, which is what I would do on the other thing. Or I could do nothing. Mace, what would you have done?
I would mind my own business.
Stay out of it.
I would stay out of it altogether. I mean, being neighborly is a great thing. I have one neighbor whose name I know. Actually, two neighbors whose names I know. I would not touch their garage doors if I saw them open.
Greg, what would you do?
Wait, so they had. Just want to get clear.
Yeah.
Their garage door was open at 11 o'clock at night. They weren't going to do anything about it.
I've never seen their garage door open at night ever.
What would you do?
Yeah, just do nothing. Go knock on their door. I can't text them because I don't have their numbers.
I would go knock on their door, and I would
at 11 o'clock at night when they have a baby.
Startling.
Yeah. Oh, when you have a baby.
Yeah, they have a 1-year-old.
So the baby is a. Do they have a dog?
Yes.
Okay, so the dog will probably bark.
Yes.
Then you leave it alone.
Yeah,
Laura, what would you do?
You live in a really safe neighborhood, so
Yeah.
I would leave it alone.
Yeah.
Brian?
I'd probably just mind my own business too and be like, oh, they'll come back for it.
So,
Michael, what would you do?
First, I'll look in the garage to see if anything I can steal.
Yeah, right. Get that weed whacker.
By the way, they have some really nice stuff in their garage.
nice. No,
but
And
I
they
would-
have 2 Teslas.
Oh,
It's
wow.
11 o'clock at night. The parent, one of them.
Your neighborhood.
11 o'clock at night, somebody's up. I'd ring the doorbell and say, listen, man, your garage is
You
open.
can't. You can't ring the doorbell. The baby's sleeping.
Oh,
Baby
the
and a
dog.
dog.
And the dog.
Baby
Yeah,
and a
but
What is this
dog.
baby got some kind of super hearing? He's gonna
Why
go
not
back
just
to sleep.
mind your own business, Michael?
Oh,
Would you
'cause-
seriously? If you were in this spot,
Mace,
would-
what do you think I did?
I think you did nothing.
I think.
You are correct.
Yes.
Now, there's
I did absolutely nothing.
Okay, so if
Then the next day, I had Jack, my son, go over and get Laura's cell phone number. So if it happens again, I can text
Right.
her.
Exactly.
That's right.
But
That
I
makes
did.
sense.
I did nothing.
because you're behind these wonderful gates.
yes,
you do.
I
Nothing.
do live in a gated community.
If
It
you-
is a house with 2 Teslas. Not just one Tesla.
Two Teslas, Michael. There's
Right.
golf clubs in the corner. I mean,
Exactly.
there's
Right.
a lot of nice
where
stuff.
you
to
are.
do.
If you were outside in the real world with me
With-
and
and
Laura
with
and
us,
Brian,
yeah.
no, not you.
If I was
Wait a
among
minute,
the common men,
Wait a
With
minute.
amongst the common people.
I'm just on a street somewhere. I'm not
No.
behind a gate.
Yeah, no one's going to-
You three are fine leaving garage door open.
None of us are
Not-
leaving our
not
garage door
us
open.
three, no.
I don't care if I got a baby. If I'm out here,
So-
you knock on my door.
Yep.
I want that
you
door
would have been
closed.
okay. You would have been okay with me
100%.
knocking on your door at 11 o'clock
Yes.
at night, even if
I-
Riley was there and she was trying to sleep.
Yes, absolutely. Because I just have to put Riley back to sleep. I have to
Yeah.
find a way.
Okay, let me
my
flip-
stuff will get
let me
stolen
flip this.
immediately. Click.
If it
gone.
was you, what would you want them to do?
Tell me my garage door's open.
I would want to be told.
See?
Yep, tell me.
And I would want to be told, and Bergman, you would
Oh,
want to be told.
100%
Laura,
I want to
you
be
would
told.
So we did exactly the thing that they probably didn't want. We did nothing, and they wanted us
I
to
felt
do
a little
something.
guilty.
And at
Yeah.
11 o'clock, a baby's sound asleep. He's not waking up.
Yeah,
I've
it's a
had it
she,
happen.
but
You
yeah.
knock on the door and the baby starts screaming,
Oh, he's
crying
not gonna
because
scream. Come
it
on. You
happens.
think the baby's sitting sleeping underneath the door?
Man, I
Did
got
you have
free-
like perfect kids? Were your kids always just amazing?
I got free. Oh, here's another one.
Okay.
Here's another tougher one.
Okay.
So one year I'm staying at Pelican Hill.
This is
and-
gonna be harder.
Yeah.
Right?
No, this was weird. But and I'll see if you guys will handle it the same way I do. Okay, so we're in a fancy room at Pelican Hill, one of the bungalows.
Got it.
And the couple next door, man and a woman, get in a really bad fight. They are yelling at each other at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
And then I hear somebody hit the wall. And I thought, okay. First thing I did was I called security. I told them, hey, there's a domestic dispute and I'm worried about the safety of the woman
Right.
who's in here next
You
to
called
you.
who?
Security. at
Security of
Pelican
the
Hill.
hotel. Got it.
Then the fight escalated and things started to break and it was clear it had become physical.
Okay.
So what do you do?
So you believe, or you know, or you think?
I know.
You know it's become
Lisa
physical?
was with me. We both know.
Got to call security.
Yeah, I already had, but now security is yet to arrive and it's getting uglier. What do you do?
Well, you can't go in. Well, you want to go in there and mix it up, break it up? You
I
might
did-
get stabbed or shot.
I did.
Good.
Oh, you did?
Good. I'm proud
Good.
of you, John.
I am proud.
proud of
Now,
you.
in
John.
that case, I
here's
think
what
doing
I did.
something is the
I
right
went
thing.
over and pounded really loud on the door.
To let him know someone was there.
Yeah, and the guy answered the door, and he was in a rage. And he goes, what? And I said, hey, man, I'm staying next door. I thought I heard somebody scream. I just want to make sure that you guys don't need any help. We're fine. Mind your own business. And I said, I can't do that. I go, this is too ugly. And you're going to let me talk to the girl, or I'm going to stand here in your doorway and you're going to have to move me.
The exact right thing
and
to be done.
she walked to the front and she goes, I appreciate it, but we'll be fine. And right when that happened, security rolled up. And I just got out of it.
Right.
So that happened to me one time. I was dating a girl, and I was staying at her apartment, and there was screaming and stuff breaking and all that. I did exactly what you did. She was like, I don't know what's going on. So went over there, banged on the door, and they came. He wanted to get into a fight with me. I calmed everything down. But that's the exact thing to do.
I was super calm.
Good for you.
I was super calm, and I was smiling. And I went, hey, man, I just heard a lot of noise over here. I just want to make sure you guys are okay. We're fine. Mind your own business. I go, I'm going to need to hear that from her.
Yeah.
And I just kind of killed time.
Yeah,
well done.
No, that's
Good
what
for
you need
John.
to do, I guess,
Good
in that
for you,
situation,
John.
because if
Michael,
there's
you would've
violence,
stayed out
you
of
gotta.
No, if they kept fighting, I would have banged on the door too. Say, hey, calm down over there, and hopefully say, security, where are you? Get here fast. You got to be careful getting mixed up in that, because
you're right. I could have been. The guy could have beat the crap out of me.
No, it's not even that. I asked the policeman who guard the Lakers.
Yeah.
And I said, what is the most dangerous part about being a policeman? He says there's two things: traffic stops, walking up in a car, you don't know what's in there, and answering domestic violence calls.
Sure, because you don't know how.
And they're trained to do it. We're not, but yet you were brave enough to do it. But you got to be awful careful. You bang on someone's door and something's crazy going on.
And I think it helped a little bit that Lisa was behind me. Lisa was like 5-10 feet behind me.
Yeah.
And you could tell Lisa was scared.
Of course.
She had that look on her face like she was really worried. I go, hey, man, we're just checking on you.
Yeah.
Making sure everything's good.
But the feedback, by the way, in the Mason and Ireland Mafia, props to Ireland. Well done, says Siobhan Monterosa. A lot of people are like that. That is definitely the right thing to do.
I just felt like I couldn't do anything.
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't do nothing. And live with it,
right?
So but I was lucky, Michael. To your point,
Yeah,
I was lucky the guy didn't take
attack
a swing
you
at
or
me and
take a shot
what's
at
your
you or
problem?
something.
You know, blah blah blah.
You gotta be careful.
But I was worried he was going to beat the crap out of her.
You got to be careful. Yeah, you did the right thing.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
You got to be on alert. He might come after you.
All right, coming up next for you, we'll shift gears. Let's shift gears here.
Lisa had a funny joke about that thing, and then I'll close the book. And
Okay.
She goes, what would you have done if you goes, hey, aren't you the Laker announcer?
I mean, it's Pelican Hill. They would have known.
I would have gone, yes, I am.
I just read an
Can I
article.
interest you in 2 Laker tickets to leave this woman alone?
At one point, did you not have an article written about you in one of the in-house magazines
Yes,
at either
at
Terranea
Pelican Hill.
At Pelican Hill.
So if I would have been there at that month, they go, hey, pick up that magazine and turn to page 50.
Page 50. It's you.
Yeah. I go, I'm here as the ambassador to make
Yes.
sure everyone's having a good time.
And you could have autographed it for him.
There you go.
I don't think he was interested in that at that point.
All right, coming up next for you, 2 o'clock call of the day. There's still Dodgers aftermath. There's a question I got for you guys about Anthony Davis and Darvin Ham I want to ask. Anything you got is cool on a Friday. USC versus Notre Dame tomorrow. Rams versus Arizona on Sunday. Brian, God bless him, has taken the Rams in the survivor pool.
Go, baby.
That was shocking.
That's the boldest
LA
survivor
Rams,
pick
baby.
anyone has made.
Cardinals are back. Come on.
That
Rams
was
gonna
big,
do
man.
it.
That was big.
Cardinals are not as bad as you think they are.
Rams are better
They're
than we
not
think
thinking.
they are.
I like Brian's attitude.
Yeah.
The Rams are better than you think they are.
Cup on a pitch count, basically. I don't know about that.
Man, wait, is this true?
What?
The Bigfoot thing has been debunked?
We debunked it yesterday.
The caller debunked it.
No, but
the caller completely debunked it.
Somebody has a picture. It says Bigfoot sighting turns out to be someone in a costume on a Bigfoot-themed exhibit. Oh, man.
It's the guy called yesterday and said the Bigfoot Museum is like 10 minutes from there.
Yeah, he said the guy who owns that museum owns a costume.
Owns a costume.
It was that guy the guy was talking
I
about.
discovered Bigfoot in the hills of Colorado. Michael and I are going to Colorado next week.
Yep,
I
did
thought I was
not.
going to get to go see Bigfoot.
You did not discover Bigfoot.
Just some dope in a costume.
You should have listened to me yesterday.
That sucks.
2 o'clock call of the day is next. 877-710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland. Michael Thompson is here. Pepe Mantilla is going to be here in a little while. 710 ESPN.
Station 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, come on. You can't do this to me today.
Heck yeah.
Can't do
Game
this.
night.
Well done, Brian.
Well done. This will be playing in 3-4 hours across the street for Lakers Warriors. You think Steph and Clay are going to play tonight, Mike?
Oh, yeah, everybody's playing tonight. Even if it's only for a quarter. LeBron, everybody's going to play. And Sunday, too.
Nice. And Sunday is Giannis and
Lillard.
Dame,
Giannis
right?
and Dame together for the first time.
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin, their new coach, has already said that they're playing Sunday.
What time is that game on Sunday?
4 for
4
some
o'clock.
reason. I think they just waited for the NFL games to end.
Yeah,
Go.
That's probably the spot just before Sunday Night Football. By the way, today we're interacting in the Mafia. You can go to Twitter or X or whatever you like to call it. Search out our community, Mason and Ireland Mafia, and somebody in there is going to get a Mason and Ireland T-shirt today. Michael Thompson on the Mason and Ireland T-shirt.
Yeah. Where's Pepe?
Pepe.
You guys going to have him waving in the back.
Pepe. Bergman, you want to respond?
Yeah, where's Pepe?
No, Greg, it was basically the story was we couldn't put Pepe on because he's not a full-time employee, right?
He's not even an employee specifically, so we cannot put any non-employees.
There were legal issues, Michael.
Rules, schmools.
Literally what I said to Morales was
it's
rules,
nothing against
schmools.
It's nothing against Pepe. We love Pepe. He's going to be here soon. We just weren't allowed to put him on.
All right, Bergman, which one of these calls should we take? There's a bunch of people on here. You talk to them. Which one? Or is Laura talking to him? Which one? Pick one.
Number 73.
73.
All right, that's Kevin in Culver City for the 2 o'clock call of the day. Hey, Kevin, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Good afternoon, Mason.
Good afternoon.
Greg.
Good afternoon, Kevin.
This is the part where you talk.
I'm calling in because I feel like you guys have a little bit of amnesia with just how bad Dave Roberts has been in the last 5-6 years.
Okay, tell us why.
Lay it out.
The Lance Lynn debacle, not even close to the missteps that Dave Roberts has caused a pain and agony to Dodger fans. Let's go back to 2019 when he brought Clayton Kershaw out of the bullpen, watched him give up back-to-back bombs to Anthony Rendon, Juan Soto. 2018 World Series, Rich Hill is absolute cruising, decided to pull him against the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's 2021. Julio Urias, he brought him out of the bullpen against the Atlanta Braves. I mean, the Dodgers pitching staff was already shorthanded, and we're looking at one of the best bullpens of all time, but he went to Urias, and that basically set the Dodgers back in that series. And then last year in 2022, Dodgers bullpen was a little bit of a pickle, and he decided to let Evan Phillips just sit in the pen and watch Almonte and Vestia get shelled.
Yep.
Okay, Kevin, let me ask you this. We both have said, Mason and I both said, if it was up to us, we would change the manager. We would get a fresh voice in there. But I don't think it is going to happen. Do you think it's going to happen?
I think it's 50-50, to be honest. I'm looking back to how they kind of handle things with Don Mattingly, NLCS exit, NLDS exit, NLDS exit. We have the same exact pattern now with Dave Roberts.
But how can you blame the manager when your 2 MVP candidates go 1 for 22?
24.
Well, I mean, if those guys would have played up to their part, they probably would still be playing.
And also, Kevin, I'd be curious to think, let's say anybody you ask would say yes. What manager would you pick to replace him?
Well, you guys brought up his name earlier. Technically, it's not a lock, but I would call Craig Counsell right now and schedule an interview.
Me too. I would absolutely do it. Craig Counsell is a great candidate.
Try and get him before the Mets get him.
Has had a lot of success. There are multiple. I'm not so worried about your. Thank you very much for the.
Yeah, Kevin, that's a good call.
Historical lesson. It's a really good call. Yeah, there have been a lot of things. Some of that stuff, though, I think was purely analytics, like pulling Rich Hill in the middle of a great game because he was going to go.
That made me so angry
because he was going to go third time through the lineup, even though he was completely dealing.
Be honest, most teams would
cruising.
do that. Most teams, when the pitcher gets ready, Greg, to go third time through the lineup, they pull him.
Couldn't do that. The Drysdale. Julio.
Or to anybody in the 70s.
Colfax, or Carlton.
Well,
or to Gibson. Tried out with Bob Gibson.
I mean, I think you could probably count the amount of complete games in Major League Baseball on two hands this year.
What do you think? Maybe 10 complete games?
What
in Major League Baseball this year? How many complete games?
I don't think there was that. I mean, last year.
You don't think there was that many?
I don't think there was that many. I think there may have been like.
And Michael, in the era we grew up
under
in,
five,
like
under
80% of them were complete games.
Oh, yeah.
So the only reason last year there was a lot was because Sandy Alcantara had like 8 complete games.
Yeah,
right.
But he didn't do that this year. He got injured.
So imagine this, Michael. Bert Blyleven, remember him? Had 60 complete game shutouts.
In his career?
Yeah.
Complete game shutouts. Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, if he had a shutout in the 7th inning, they'd take him out.
Yeah, we see that all the time. A guy's rolling, humming along, and 7 innings, he's giving up 1 hit, and time to come out. I don't get that. If he's not tired, if he says, skip, they call him skip now, I'm fine, leave me in.
Okay, so let me just throw something at you. So I'm going to throw numbers around. These are going to be ballpark, okay? So Rich Hill, first time through the lineup, the batting average is 180. Guys hit 180 off of him. Second time through the lineup, guys hit 240 off of him. Third time through the lineup, guys hit 295 off of him. Do you leave him in for that third time through the lineup when you know teams have had a lot of success against Rich Hill at that point? Blake Snell, by the way, is in the same category. Third time through, he gets lit up. So do you not make an adjustment based on that?
You can go by game by game. If he's pitching a shutout, you're up 3-4 to nothing. If he gives up 2 straight hits, then you can take him out.
For example, Mace, to Michael's point.
Yep.
That one game that Blake Snell was pitching against the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yes.
In 2020.
Yep. He was dealing.
He had a 1-hitter going, and Kevin Cash took him out.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers started hitting the relievers and came back out of it. That was over-managing.
You can't. Well, I don't know if that's over-managing. I think that was designed in advance by the front office.
Right.
And also, Austin Barnes was the 9-hitter at that time, and Austin Barnes got a hit to go up to Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts at the top of the lineup. So you had to do that,
right?
Because you're at the top of the lineup, and the best players in your lineup. You have to.
So you would have taken him out with a 1-hitter.
That was the time when you had to take him out because
Yes,
you're letting him see
with a
Mookie
1-hitter.
Betts. You see Mookie Betts for the 3rd time, and you just gave up a hit to the number 9 hitter. You're going to start getting hit.
1-hit shutout, and you're taking
right,
me out.
but you get the percentages, right?
I do.
180 first time through,
But I'm with
240
Michael.
second time through,
I'm with
295
Michael. If I'm
third time
throwing a
through.
1-hit shutout, I want to stay out there until I really screw up.
I probably would have let him pitch to Mookie, and if Mookie got a hit, pull him.
Fair, but 1-hit shutout, you can't take me out.
By the way, last night was a really good example of using Craig Kimbrell in the 7th inning last night.
I saw that. That was wild. You had bases loaded.
Bases loaded.
2 out,
Craig Kimbrell
up
in
by
the 7th.
You had to.
That was the right spot to deploy your closer.
And also, why is Craig Kimbrell good now? What happened there?
I know, it's
How did
disappointing,
that happen?
isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, he looked kind of shaky last night, though, loading the bases.
No, it was the
No,
bases
they brought him in
loaded.
after
They brought him
they
in.
loaded the bases.
Oh, he came in after that.
Yeah. I mean, that's, and people have this idea that other teams aren't using analytics. Every team is using analytics. Let's get one more, and let's go to line 56. This is Adam in Downey. Adam, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the famous Kamenetsky blame pie and see who's to blame for this.
That is a
That's a good point.
question. Thank you.
Although the Kamenetsky stole the blame pie from us.
It's our blame pie. They stole it.
All right. Okay, I'm just doing this off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah.
Blame pie for why the Dodgers failed.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
I'm going to give 40% to, we'll just call it, the starting pitching disaster. Okay. All right, that they lost 4 of their 5 rotation guys. 40% as to why in a playoff series they fell apart. I'm going to give 30%, 15% each to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, the 2 highest paid guys on the team who didn't hit. So now I'm at 70%. I will give 20% to Dave Roberts and 10% to Andrew Friedman. That's my blame pie.
Okay. Mine goes 30%, sort of like you, to all the injuries in the starting rotation.
pitching mishaps. Yeah.
I'll give 30%. I think this is basically what you did. 15% to Mookie, 15% to Freddie. I'm right there with you.
Okay, so you got 40% left.
I'm going to go 30% Dave Roberts.
Okay. Now you get 10.
10% Andrew Friedman because he should have done
something.
something.
So our
at the
pies are
deadline.
very similar. Michael, would you blame any? Did we check all the boxes, or would you blame anybody else?
I'm giving 80% to the top of the lineup because those are the big boys and making the big bucks, and they did not show up. And you're not going to win unless Freddie and Mookie make timely hits. So, 85% on them, and the rest on Lance Lynn.
Everything else on Lance Lynn.
4 home runs in 1 inning. Come on, Dave Roberts.
But that was
can't
like
go
1
out there
inning
and
of 1 game.
Roberts can't go in there and swing the bats, Mace.
Wait a minute. He's the one that left Lance Lynn in after 2 home runs to give up 2 more.
Your blame pie has 0% to Dave Roberts?
No, not at all.
Michael, let me ask you something.
You as a player, your responsibility is to go out there and produce, Greg Bergman.
Let me ask you something, Michael.
Michael.
Michael. Does a manager or a head coach play a role in motivating guys, getting guys fiery, getting guys passionate? Did Pat Riley do that to you?
No, he didn't have to. I'm a grown man, 30, 32 years of age. I don't need Pat Riley to fire me up to play in a big game. Same thing for Mookie and Freddie and Will Smith. These guys are true professionals, the epitome of professionalism. They don't need Dave Roberts in there giving them some kind of general patent speech.
Too professional and not enough raw emotion with that Dodger team.
Too professional?
Too professional.
Enough spunk like we see with the Phillies?
It was like going to their dugout was like an insurance office.
Yeah, and you see
the other dugout was fun. The Phillies dugout, they're having a blast.
Well, that's they're winning too.
Yeah, no, it's true. And part of it was they were in the hole. They trailed for, I forget what it was, 18-7. How many innings did they trail for? 25 innings, I think. 25 of 27, something like that.
I don't know the answer to that.
You don't know.
Baseball ended 2 days ago, and
by the way.
So did anybody watch any of the baseball game last night?
No,
I did.
No, I followed along.
I watched the very end. I watched the last 3 outs.
I won't watch another game.
Right.
Because the Dodgers are out of it.
It's the off season. All of this stuff is just winter ball.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see. It's winter ball. I like that.
You don't think Bryce Harper's like much to watch TV?
No.
No.
It hurts too much, Michael. Mm-hmm. It hurts too much. Like once the Dodgers are out, it's so disappointing.
So
I can't really go back to it.
The Rams don't make the playoffs. You're going to watch the
NFL's
NFL?
different. I still watch the NFL playoffs. I still watch the NBA playoffs. But baseball, I take far more personally. That's the problem. All right, coming up next for you, which quarterbacks in the NFL are the top of the top and which ones are at the low end of everything? Plus, did you hear who the Raiders were trying to get at quarterback during the offseason?
No.
I got that coming up for you next. Mason in Ireland, Michael Thompson
Ken
hanging
Stabler,
out.
back from the dead?
Was not Ken. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
No, Dak is in the top 10.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Small hands Kenny.
There you go.
Is number 31.
Greg, did you see that Deshaun Watson is out, but our boy DTR is not getting. They're going
not
with
getting
They're
it?
going to
No.
the third string guy now.
I wonder why.
Yeah, because DTR was so bad last week.
Yeah, that's.
I
too bad.
tried to tell you all, he's not an NFL quarterback. He's a good player.
Wait, do you think we
Who are you,
thought
Bill
he's an
Polian?
NFL
You did.
quarterback? I didn't think he was.
You
an
did
NFL
because you
I
met
didn't.
his
I
aunt or something like that and thought,
no.
now I'm his best
I
friend.
think he's a nice guy.
He's very-
no,
See,
I
this-
didn't
we
mean
do
his
this too
aunt.
much.
I meant
Oh,
his
he's a
dad's
nice
girlfriend.
guy.
I hung out with his dad's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that
you
was
sound-
enough for me. I thought, nice guy.
All right, so
Greg, you
now
sound
I'm
like
gonna
Bill
root for-
Polian.
What? Why do I sound like Bill
He
Polian?
said that about Lamar.
What? But he's a good player.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
understanding
So the Raiders,
comparison.
your quarterback right now is the great Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
He
So
sucks.
So as it turns out,
Very handsome man. What do you mean?
As it turns out, according to Dan Orlovsky, the Raiders spent much of last year's pre-draft trying to trade up to number 2 to get C.J. Stroud.
They were that high on
They
him.
were that high on him. They had the right guy. I think
That'd
that's
be great.
of these quarterbacks. If you look at Bryce Young, huge question marks now. C.J. Stroud has looked good. Anthony Richardson's gotten hurt. I'm trying to see what other first-round
Carolina's
quarterbacks
in a
there were.
good spot. They just got to go 0-17 and just draft Caleb.
And just give up on Bryce Young?
Oh, in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? If you
Weren't you like shouting the praises of Bryce
No,
Young?
I didn't. He was all right at Alabama. I never saw what they saw in him. But if you're Carolina and you're 2-15, you have to draft Caleb Williams and just trade Bryce Young.
Like, well, you
But who's
remember
gonna trade for
Arizona?
him?
Arizona did that
Yeah.
with Josh Rosen.
And San Francisco. Well, I mean, San Francisco traded their top draft pick Trey Lance because they found somebody more
And
reliable.
remember, San Francisco still had Joe Montana and still went after Steve Young.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
pass to
different
Caleb
eras.
Williams. I don't
He
care
was-
who your quarterback
He was a little
is.
bit old. Joe Montana was a little bit older, and then and with Arizona, Josh Rosen was like the 11th pick. This is the number 1 pick 2 years in a row on
What
a
would you do,
quarterback.
Greg? Would you, if they finish 2-15,
you stick with Bryce Young. You thought that he was worthy of
Right.
the number 1 overall pick.
So?
You stick with him for at least a couple of years.
What?
He's a rookie.
And you pass up Caleb Williams?
See, I think Caleb Williams will change your entire franchise.
So why
But if
wouldn't-
you're Carolina,
Yeah.
you decided to pick Bryce Young because you thought he was going to change your franchise. So you have to give him another
The
year.
hardest
or two.
thing to do in life is admitting when
Yeah.
you made a mistake.
Wow.
So again, Peyton Manning went 2-12 or 2-14 in his
Yeah, but
first
this guy
year.
don't look like
This
Peyton
guy
Manning.
looks
He didn't look
lost.
like Peyton.
This guy looks
You got.
lost.
I think you got to give him another year.
Really? So
And
you'd pass up Caleb Williams if you're
I
the
think
Panthers?
I think Caleb Williams is going to transform any franchise.
Well, there you
that he's
go.
in.
Why would you Carolina
Because if
not
you're
take him?
Carolina is thinking the same thing. That's why they took Bryce Young number 1
Right.
overall.
But, okay, I'll tell you what, Craig. You're thinking about this all wrong. Look at the Rams. They drafted Jared Goff. They extended him. They gave him $100 million,
that's not
and
next
then they
year.
just said, "We're cutting bait on this dude. He's not the guy."
That's okay to do. But if they cut bait on him after his first year, that would not have been okay to do.
You know who you sound like?
Who do you?
Stu Inman. We got Clyde Drexler. We
Yeah.
don't need Michael Jordan.
Oh, that's actually a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good
I mean,
point.
they play the same position.
Yeah,
it's different in football.
Look,
and
I
basketball,
think
but yeah.
I think saying we screwed up is totally fine. We screwed that up.
How do you
Bryce
know for
Young's
sure
not our
that
guy.
well, how do you know for sure you screwed up?
I don't know
It's
if
been
I
5 weeks.
I don't know if I screwed up, but I know
Where's
I will
Caleb?
get it right with Caleb
A
Williams.
couple of different people have texted me to say the Bears have Carolina's number
That's
1
right.
pick.
That's right.
That's right. In the
That
DJ
is
Moore trade.
right.
Yeah.
The Bears have number 1
That's
and
right.
number well
Currently,
they have
right now, 1 and 2.
1 and 2 at the moment.
That's right. So
that's why there's a lot of Caleb plus Marvin Harrison
Yeah,
Jr.
there you go. That's
to
right.
Chicago.
See you later, Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields.
Justin
but
Fields is good.
He's going to be
So
out of there.
is that
They don't
something
turn
they
things
should
around.
Chicago get rid of Justin Fields?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
I would get rid of most any.
Caleb
for
Williams-
Justin Fields just had 2 really good
Well, he's
weeks
a
in
good
a row.
player.
What if he has
He's a
another
good
good week
player.
this? What
Find
if
a market for him.
What
Yeah,
if he
you could find
finds
somebody
has
to take
another good week this week?
You have
What if
chance
they end
at
up going
Caleb
like-
Williams?
Yeah.
You know what you have with Justin Fields. If he goes to the end of the year and he's great and they win like 10 games, so you still want to get rid of him?
But you've won this argument with yourself by saying Caleb Williams will transform your franchise.
I think he's the best quarterback in that draft by far.
Yeah.
I just
I
want him
think
on
you
the
got to
Raiders.
take him if you get the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
If the Bears get him, the Raiders can't.
Is that what this all leads to? You need the Raiders to be as bad.
You know, Greg, we're favored again this week.
I know. No, we're favored in like 4 of the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they have the easiest schedule in the world.
You would pick the Raiders this week. You know who they're playing?
No.
Patriots.
Yep.
Oh my God, the Patriots.
And then
are
you
so
know what
bad.
they play? They play at the Bears.
You know what I long for? I long for the day that the Patriots say, "We're moving Bill upstairs."
You can't.
Or we're
right?
we're allowing Bill to pursue other options. Or we're going
Michael,
in two different
you can't
directions.
fire a guy with 7 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah,
can
because Mace, it's kind of like the Popovich situation where Pop has been horrible in San Antonio since
Yeah.
they keep
That's
him
fair.
around.
That's fair. Here's the difference though. Pop has had success through multiple eras, whereas Bill Belichick is 36-40 without Tom Brady.
No, Pop just had success basically with the Tim Duncan era. What other success has he had other than Tim Duncan?
Well,
nothing. Because
Robinson to Duncan, to
Robinson,
Parker,
but Duncan
to
was,
Ginobili,
but
to
Duncan
Wemby.
But Duncan was the guy. He was always there.
But here's the difference. In the case of Bill Belichick, he's the one. He's the general manager too. He's the one that put together his
and
roster
the GM
that is a
is
disaster.
killing the coach.
Yeah.
Because we know he can coach, but he's a terrible GM.
Terrible GM. I mean, that's why I say I don't think they would fire Bill Belichick, but I would say they would invite him to be vice president of human relations or something. No, that actually is the exact job they wouldn't put him. Vice president of human relations is the wrong job.
That doesn't seem like the right job for Bill.
No.
Instead of the blame pie, you're a credit pie. And this shows you that Tom Brady deserved 90% of the credit and Bill Belichick 10% of all his success. Because he ain't did nothing since Brady left.
Agreed.
The credit pie.
The credit pie. I like that. All right. Coming up next, something amazing is going to happen tomorrow. Michael, I think you'll appreciate. Something amazing is going to happen tomorrow morning.
Eclipse?
Okay. Steal the tease.
Travis's party.
Yeah, Travis's party and the Eclipse. We'll talk about it
There
next.
is an
Mason
Eclipse?
and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
There is? I didn't know.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
When the moon is a bit too close to the Earth to completely block the face of the sun. That would be a total solar eclipse, as seen from the planet's surface. Instead, it leaves a thin, fiery ring called an annulus around the shadowed moon. So there will be something. Now, that's, to me, something you... That's kind of you love that stuff, right?
Astronomy stuff.
Astronomy stuff.
Love it.
Do you hear about tomorrow the Ring of Fire moon?
No. Can we all see it?
Ring of Fire sun. Yeah, tomorrow morning.
What time?
It says early morning.
Oh, good. I'll be
What time is
golfing.
early morning? 8 a.m., 9 a.m.,
Before
6 a.m., what?
5:33.
Well, 5:33 is dark.
Yeah.
5:33.
It gets light about 6:30 now.
Yeah, 6:37.
I don't have the exact time. Can we?
Well, thanks a
Can we
lot.
check that?
Just look in the sky.
Don't
right now,
thanks
see
a
it?
lot, me.
You got to let us know what time so we can get up.
Well, I can't do everything around here. Somebody else's turn to keep track of the solar eclipse.
This is what you always do.
What do you
Just
mean what I always
blame
do?
everybody else when you don't know the story. It's always your
They
fault.
always put a time when
Hi,
they
Pepe.
announce something like this when it's going to happen. It's not
Mason's
there in the
prediction
story.
based on no inside information or specific knowledge. In other words, he's talking out of his ass.
That's right. It's tomorrow. All I know is it's tomorrow morning.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you,
Thank
Laura.
you, Laura. So you couldn't look that up.
I'm doing a lot over here.
You're not a good fact
Oh, look,
checker.
nobody will
Oh,
let Pepe
no, he's
in.
here.
I'm letting him in.
All right.
But it will start around 8 a.m., peak 9 a.m.
Michael, don't say my ear not to let him in. I want to let him in. Jeez.
Is Pepe wearing a Sunday swagger shirt
Yes,
to the game?
we're all wearing Sunday. Yeah, look at Pepe. Everybody's wearing the Sunday swagger.
Pepe, you got to let it
push
just
the
sit
door.
for a second.
I've got the same shirt as
let
you
it,
got.
Let it go first and then open the door.
Did you
No,
go
Pepe,
to
let it go first.
Nordstrom?
let
No,
go,
it's
Pepe.
an
Let go.
Untuck it.
Why don't
A
you
good
guys
one.
This
let
isn't an untuck it.
Why don't you guys let Pepe
There.
in?
No, because
Yeah,
he,
let Pepe
because
in.
he keeps trying to push it before I
Are
press
you
the button.
pranking Pepe?
You know what? That
Is he
door
getting punked?
sucks.
By the way, the door does suck.
It
I'm
does
with Laura.
suck. It's
The
tricky.
door's fine. You just don't know how
No,
to
no,
use
no.
the door.
Using multiple buttons.
Sliwa
There are no
said
buttons.
the same thing the other day.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah, that's where we're going to go with Sliwa. All right.
Sliwa couldn't open the door either.
You guys just don't know how to use the door.
All right.
It doesn't like us.
So
Mace wants to move on. Let's move
I
on.
would like to move on if at all.
We have many,
if
many
at all
things
possible.
to get
We
to.
have so many
today.
things. So
We're loaded on a Friday.
Yes, we are. It's an effort Friday, by the way. And John, everybody, you sent this today. So a lot of college football teams like to get one-on-one coverage with a big,
Michael's.
tall,
I
wide
want to get
receiver.
Michael's response on this too.
And then you throw kind of the jump ball
So
to the
like,
end zone.
like a lot of coaches, like Shador Sanders has said, if he looks over and sees Travis Hunter in single coverage, he's getting the ball because he says if he throws the ball and Travis Hunter gets into a one-on-one battle, he'll win it. So a lot of quarterbacks think that way, right?
Yep.
So I didn't think this was this bad of a question. But James Franklin, the Penn State coach, was doing his weekly press conference, and one of the Penn State reporters, one of the beat guys, asked him that question. Hey, do you ever consider isolating one of your receivers and just throwing him a jump ball? And listen to James Franklin and how Franklin won't even accept the premise. He's so mad about it. Listen to this.
Guy in a post pattern, take the shot, throw it.
No matter what.
Give your receiver a chance to make a play on a ball. Even if he might be covered 30 yards down the field, maybe you think he'll be open 45 yards down the field, and like Godwin did, or with Jahan or KJ.
I still don't like. You're speaking Japanese. We have never done that. Just throw the ball up, and maybe he'll be open, and maybe he'll catch. Like my skin is you're making me uncomfortable. Like I don't know what you're talking about. So
Okay.
yeah, we would not do that. We would never do that. We've never thought about doing that as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator, as a receivers coach. I coached the receivers. I didn't want them to do that. So no, strong no.
He's an idiot.
Pretty definitive, I
Okay,
would say.
I didn't think that was a ridiculous question.
Not a ridiculous question.
It's a great strategy. So you're trying to
You
tell
see
me.
Devontae Adams on a 5'10"
Forget
corner?
Devontae Adams. So you telling me if this knucklehead had Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, or Keyshawn Johnson, he wouldn't try that strategy?
Well,
when all you got to do is throw the ball up and they
What
go
if
get
you
it?
don't have those guys?
Well, if you got-
I'm guessing James Franklin doesn't have the next
Yeah,
key.
I guess if you got guys the height of Mike Trudell, no, you don't do it. 5'9",
Yeah, no, you
5'10",
don't throw
but
a
you got a
jump ball for
6'4",
Trudell.
6'5" receiver right there who can go get the ball. Of course you do that. That's a legitimate question.
Totally legitimate
Yes.
question. I think James
I thought-
Franklin was just in a bad mood.
I do too. I do. I mean, I looked at that. I heard that, and I went, "Why did he kill this guy?"
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
apparently, this reporter has been taking a lot of crap.
Yeah,
from all the Penn State people. It was a good question.
I watched Randy Moss play every stinking game in Minnesota, and Randall Cunningham or Dante Culpepper did that a lot. Just go get it.
Oh, sure.
And he went and got it. So if James Franklin had Randy Moss, he wouldn't do that strategy.
Yeah,
he is
fair.
He obviously has a bunch of 5'8" receivers.
Hey, look, it's Pepe Mantilla.
And he's moving quick.
Yeah, Pepe, you're moving pretty good.
Look like John Moran with your athleticism today.
Yeah, much better. You're moving.
Mace,
boy.
I mean, if I saw Tutu Atwell dead even with a corner.
Yes.
I know how fast Tutu Atwell is. I'd throw it out there and see if Tutu could beat him to the ball.
He's this tall.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
shorter than me.
Based on his like Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek.
If you have Tyreek Hill and he's even with a corner,
right.
Yeah,
I'd just throw it up there
throw a go ball.
and see if Tyreek can outrun him to it.
Put enough air underneath it, he'll go catch it. He'll go get it.
These coaches, Lincoln Riley did this the other day where somebody questioned their defense.
Preconceived notions.
And Lincoln went, "There's nothing wrong with our defense."
Although Lincoln Riley did make a couple of fair points.
Well, he says their defense is good.
He said
what you said last week.
Their defense is improved, and I would agree that their defense is improved from a year ago.
It is?
Yeah, they're number 1 in the country in tackles for loss. They're number 5 in sacks. They are getting to the quarterback.
Why give them so many points?
They're giving up too many explosive plays on the back end. So they've improved the front end of the defense. The back end obviously isn't where the front end is. So, yeah, I mean, I think the defense is improved. USC's defense is pretty good. Sneaky good defense. Sneaky good defense.
That gives up 40 points a game.
All right,
Pepe, I got a complaint.
No, wait. Pepe, first of all, let's get your version. Michael says that when he drove you home last week, that you were unhappy with him, that you were bossing him around, that you made him very uncomfortable, and that you were very ungrateful. What is your version what is your version of that story?
John Ireland, I think that anybody here knows Michael better than you. I don't know. Okay,
right? True.
So you're insulting me by asking me that question.
Yeah,
I can see why.
Michael, first of all, Michael drives. I was looking out the window and I could see the ant. The ants.
Oh,
right
so
there
he was
in the
driving
tree.
really slow.
Oh, super slow.
Like an old guy. Old people drive slower. Yeah.
And then he starts talking, and he didn't stop talking. He was talking about himself.
Yes.
And the past.
Yeah.
And the present and the future.
Yeah.
And NASA, everything. I got tired of that. I said, Michael, why don't you play some music? And he puts the Monster Mash.
Wow.
And I said, come on, Michael. Oh, no, this is really
that came
good.
up on the shuffle, huh?
I'm glad I wasn't in the back seat of this car.
This is really good. I said, okay, Michael, what else do you have? Oh, you're going to like this one better. Who Let the Dogs Out?
Oh, God.
Michael, come
What
on.
a playlist.
Do you have something else? Yeah, no.
He didn't make you listen to EDM dance music, did he?
This is going to be your kind of music. And he plays Watusi. And he starts singing.
Yeah.
I said, Michael, give me a break.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I believe Pepe's side of the story.
You do.
I do.
You would.
By the way, the driving
I
slow.
100% side with Michael.
Don't you think the older somebody gets, the slower they drive? Do you think there's a correlation?
Oh, yeah, for
like
sure.
You're probably slowing down a lot now.
No.
Are you in the far right lane, Michael?
Yeah, 2 hands on the wheel, 10 and 12.
Hands at 10 and 12.
If you don't listen to the show regularly, you may not know that Pepe had a knee replacement, what, about 6 weeks ago?
6 weeks, yeah.
You look to me like you're moving a little better, are you?
Yeah, I am. I am better. I'm wearing shoes. I was wearing Crocs.
Right.
For the first time I'm wearing shoes. And that's good. Still, I went to see the doctor. The doctor said 2 more months so you can feel almost 100.
Keep
Michael,
doing
that's
that
about,
rehab,
when
man.
you had your hip done, that's about how it was for you too, right? About 8 weeks?
Yeah,
you
about
start
8
feeling
weeks,
better?
and you're back to doing the Watusi.
No, but hip replacement is a piece of cake compared to knee replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really? Hip replacement's easier to recover from than knee replacement?
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't do it.
So
You wouldn't do your knee?
No.
Oh, really?
See, I've always heard with hips, Pepe. I've never heard
People
I've never
are
heard
happy
anyone
with hips.
James Worthy had his knee done. And Worthy was grateful that he did it. He said that he wished he would have done it sooner, but you're the opposite.
No, because it's painful, and then you cannot sleep well.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, it's really hard. The hips.
I can give you some of Cappy's gummies, Pepe.
I
then
bet
you'll sleep.
I bet you'll be glad when it's healed.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
But you never had it.
Let me ask you guys a question. This is going to seem stupid, okay? But it relates to this conversation.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to seem stupid, imagine, for me. So I know that I have a torn rotator cuff.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I don't use my rotator cuff very much at all. I do some resistance training, but that's
Right.
about it. Now, should I ignore it, or should I go through the process of getting it fixed?
I would go see Dr. Clapper and have him give you an opinion.
Yeah.
Because
he's like surgery as a last resort.
Yeah,
kind of
he's
guy.
pretty good with that. He may send you to his friend Linda, who does water therapy, and see
Right.
if you can get it stronger doing that.
Yeah.
But Dr. Clapper tries to keep everybody, which is counterproductive because to his own best interest, because he could make a lot of money, but he tries to keep everybody out of surgery.
So what if I said I only want Dr. Neil Elatrash to do it? Do you think Dr. Neil Elatrash would do my shoulder? Like all the Dodger pitchers?
I wonder if he would.
you
You
think he-
might be just famous enough.
Yeah. To get the big guy.
Does it give you discomfort in your everyday life?
It does give
Kobe.
me discomfort when I'm doing yoga and stuff like that.
He did Peyton Manning. He just did somebody recently that's famous.
He did Clay's Achilles.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, he did Aaron Rodgers. That's who he
that's
did
right.
recently.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody goes.
You should give it a try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
I
not?
should.
All
I
the worst
should.
they could say is no.
Exactly.
Pepe, did you put a nail in my tire when I took you home? Because after I dropped you home, I got down the highway about another mile, and boom, my tire blew out.
Did it
Nice work,
seriously
Pepe.
blow out?
It blew out on the highway.
Did I send you a photo of his car?
No.
You didn't see it?
No.
I put it on Twitter.
Did you put it on Twitter? No, I didn't see
Well,
What
it.
was he,
I'll
did,
send
he,
it
he
to you.
didn't. He didn't.
I called
He
AAA
didn't clean
Mace.
the car for you.
Sat next to the freeway for 3 hours waiting for him to come.
3 hours to wait for triple.
And
That
here-
happened to me recently,
and
too.
here's
It
the
took an
thing.
hour and a half.
Here's the thing about it, Pepe. I was driving along and my tire blew, so I had to pull off the highway because I was starting to lose control. So I pulled into the carpool lane shoulder. And, then the freeway wrecker came and saw me there, the people who do service the freeways. And he had to call a highway patrolman. They stopped. They closed the highway so I could go across the highway to the other
And
shoulder.
you feel important.
Oh, yeah. I was
There
like
you
the
go.
president.
Yeah. They don't stop the freeway
they
for
stop
anybody.
405 for me. When the highwayman does that swerving to stop traffic.
You
So-
know that you should buy new tires every now and then.
Like how often?
Well, I know about 30,000.
They say about 35,000
35,000
miles.
miles. Yeah, I'm
We
past
got
that.
100,000 on these tires, Pepe.
Oh, yeah, you probably should change them then. All right, coming up next, we're going to do a little What's Up, Fool. I think Bergman's got stuff. I think Brian's got stuff. And I think Laura, who's sitting in today and helping to fill the producer role today, she's got some stuff, too. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate
Oh,
your
Terranea.
game at
Yeah,
Hollywood
love it.
Park
Matter of fact, the guys from
Join
Terranea
Travis
were here
Rogers and
yesterday.
Kurt Morrison
Yeah, great guy.
this Sunday for their live
Terranea,
Rams postgame show from the
for those
Rays
of you who
Lounge
don't
at
know,
Hollywood
is a
Park
stunning
Casino. Win
luxury
prizes and
resort
interact
in
with
Rancho
Travis and
Palos
Kurt.
Verdes. And if you listen to the show, you know I am the proud husband of a breast cancer survivor, and this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. And Terranea is all in. Terranea is turning pink. This is a series of experiences throughout October. All the proceeds from these various activities will benefit Play for Pink and cancer support communities in the South Bay. Throughout October, they have a lineup of events and activities. They already had their 9th annual Birdies for Breast Cancer at the Links. That's a day of golf, food, silent auctions, encore contests, raise a bunch of money to promote breast cancer awareness. You can enjoy anytime this month their signature Floresita Pink cocktail. You can go down there and do archery. They have dueling pianos, silent auction night, yoga under the stars. If you do any of this stuff, all the proceeds, portions of it, go to Breast Cancer Awareness Research. To reserve your spot or to learn more, visit Terranea.com/experiences or call 310-494-7891. Terranea turns pink. Luxury meets compassion. Terranea, Terranea.com.
Travis and Sliwa.
All the way live from LA Live. Back Monday morning at 10 a.m.
You feel great when a little baby smiles at you. Just type of crap.
Fact. It's impossible not to smile back. And even as the baby gets a little older and they're not a baby, but maybe they're a toddler, like they're in the grocery cart with their mom or their dad, and you can make a face and give them a smile. It feels really good. Here's another one. Like just talking about just the general feel goods of it all. Holding a baby makes you feel wonderful. Even if the baby's a little fussy, Now, you don't want to do it for hours. That's kind of a drag. But just that little moment where you get to hold that little person in your arms, it's terrific.
Al?
Man, I don't know what it is. Fact, it's so contagious. When a baby, I'm a cheek grabber. I like grabbing the cheek, squeezing that cheek a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's the Mid-Morning Spectacular.
Don't miss Travis Lee, live from LA Live.
710 ESPN. Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership. Plus, not pay for it because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plan. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus. Plus, a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk wireless available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. I said I wouldn't talk about Ben Simmons anymore, but now it's the preseason and people are really starting to get excited about
Michael's
Ben
one
Simmons.
of them. Michael likes Ben Simmons.
Wow. So last night against Maccabi Ra'anana.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Israeli team, right?
Yes, it's the Israeli team. He had, I just lost it. Where did he go? Where did he go? His numbers were, he had 6 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists on 3 of 5 field goals from the floor. Should we actually be excited about Ben Simmons, or is this just because he played Maccabi Ra'anana?
Michael, what do you think?
The way he looked against the Lakers in Vegas, you should be excited. He's back, man. Ben is tough. You can see people like Mason put too many emphasis on his jump shot. He's not a jump shooter.
Yeah, who cares about jump shots in the modern NBA? The modern NBA does not rely on the jump shot.
But you can still be effective the way he is by with his defense, rebounding, and assists.
Yeah, to hell with the jump shots.
But he gets to the basket.
Yeah.
He's good, man. Ben, you guys forgot how
3 of 5. He's bombing right now. That was 3 of 5 against Maccabi.
And remember how good he was from the free throw line?
You can't shoot free throws.
Can't shoot free throws.
But Pepe, he's
can't
a
shoot from the field.
Kind of guy.
Can't
take Ben Simmons.
Isn't he a net negative on the offensive end where you don't even have to worry about him?
No,
you can leave him open.
He's elite defensively.
Right, but
he's good.
Don't you need to have both if you're going to get playing time? You need to do both.
No, because you can keep the offense alive with getting extra possessions, offensive rebounds.
Not in the basketball that is played nowadays. Nowadays, you have to play defense, and then you have to score. And like Mason said, you said, he can shoot. Oh, that's fine. Why?
Because he does other things to help you win, Pepe.
Yeah,
he does do that, Pepe. Michael's not wrong here. I just don't think. I don't know if he'll ever be an all-star again.
I agree with you.
He was an all-star. He was he rookie of the year, Michael? He was all rookie. I can't remember if he was rookie of the year, but he used to be able to affect games because he was basically a 6'9" point guard a la Magic Johnson.
A la Magic, and everybody.
But Magic could score.
Yeah,
Ben can't score.
His line last year was 6 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah, but when Ben was an all-star, he averaged 18 points a game.
6'6".
But he's not that guy anymore. It's kind of like
That's
Jared.
not true. He's 27.
Yeah, he's not that guy anymore.
Does he love basketball?
Yeah, I think so.
No, he doesn't. But
you don't
I don't think he
when it
likes
all
basketball.
fell apart is when he was dating Kendall Jenner.
That's what always happens.
That'll work.
But it's kind of like Jared Vanderbilt in the playoffs last year. You couldn't play him against the Nuggets. You had to sit him. He only got limited playing time because all he did was defend, and he was a net negative on the offense.
I'm more with Michael than I am with you guys. I think Ben Simmons is going to be a contributor this year.
And Kendall Jenner,
but he's not an all-star.
Yeah, a contributor is different.
He could be an all-star again.
From being an all-star.
He could be an all-star.
I think his all-star days might be over.
Yeah, me too.
I'll put you $1 on it. He'll be an all-star again. Maybe
Okay.
not this year, but he will be again.
I'll wager another $1 with you, Michael. I've got a pocket full of them.
What's that? Got a pocket full of sunshine?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got another sports hot take. Atlanta Braves pitcher Spencer Strider earlier this year was asked his hot take in sports, and he said, quote, absolutely should be no fans. It's too loud. Everyone should be quiet. We don't need the cheering. Let's do a lower bowl thing and have just people in the uppers. And Philadelphia, as you can imagine, had a bunch of signs yesterday.
Sure.
You know, it's too loud for you, Spencer, and all that.
That is a hot take.
Right. That's my question: is how do you feel about his hot take?
That
no
is
fans?
ridiculous.
Okay, so here's the thing Spencer Strider doesn't understand. And I think people forget this. The reason all these guys make these extraordinary amounts of money is all because of the fans,
Yes,
because of the
that's
ticket
right.
prices, because of the TV rights deals. If people don't watch you, Spencer Strider, if you tell fans to stay away, you ready to take a 30 to 40% pay cut?
Yeah.
No, he's not. I don't know why players forget that. Like that guy Evan Neal who plays for the Giants, who was ripping the fans for flipping burgers.
Yeah.
The fans pay your
flippers.
salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't attack fans.
So here's what's weird. I was at the Dodgers playoff game, and I'm watching games on TV, and I'm like, people stand and cheer all the time. In other words, I don't think it helps one team or another at a baseball game because when the other guy's pitching, you're loud, and when you're at the plate, you're loud. So basically, it's always loud. In a football game, people get loud when it's defense because you're trying to throw the offense off. People don't cheer as much. So I think there the cheering is more effective. But in a baseball game, everybody's just loud all the time. I don't think it has a big effect.
And the good players like Kobe Bryant wanted the people to attack him. React even against him because that made him even better.
Right.
Michael Jordan did the
He
same.
ate it up. You're right.
What's up, fool? All right, guys, my turn.
Yes.
So unfortunately, I ordered something from Amazon and it did not arrive.
Do it
I
in
had to
Spanish.
go to the. I'm sorry?
Do it in Spanish.
No. I was like, what?
No comprendo. Go.
So can we ask you what you ordered or do you not want to say?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I ordered 2 dresses and they did not arrive in time. So I went to the chat and asked, hey, where's my package?
dresses?
So you went to like the little chat
Yeah.
function on Amazon.
Contact us and all that. So when I did, the customer service agent responded with, see, I'm here for you only. I will be loyal to you. As you are a sweet customer, now I am fixing all your issues.
That's ChatGPT.
I was so confused. I didn't think about that, actually.
That's ChatGPT. There is not a person on the other end of that
That is
chat.
AI.
That is, you ran into an AI bot, Laura.
I was so confused. So my response was, I just need the correct information on my order. Thank you.
Yeah, that's AI.
What'd they say to you after that?
They said, I'm here for you. I am working on that. Thank you.
That is a bot.
That is absolutely a bot answering your questions.
You have to say customer service 20 times.
No, but it was. You know how like it'll say this is a fake agent. This one had a name or whatever. Maybe it was about. I don't know. It creeped me out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. By the way, I've had good luck whenever I've had an issue with Amazon. Like one day I got a package and there was nothing in it.
That's happened.
Like it felt like the envelope broke open during transit.
Yeah.
And it was something kind of expensive, maybe for $100.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to Amazon, hey, I got this package. I took a picture of it. I sent it to them. I go, nothing inside. They said, well, would you like us to refund your money or replace it? And I said, replace it. He goes, it'll be there on Thursday. And it was. Like, they didn't even ask me any questions. They were super helpful.
You know, Juana's got an Amazon addiction. I go home and there are boxes all the time.
Me.
And then the one good thing is he sends stuff back. Amazon will take stuff back.
Yep.
They'll come and pick it up and take it back.
Yeah, or you can take it to like a Whole Foods and just drop it
Stick
off.
it in a locker
Yeah.
or
And a
something like
Kohl's.
that.
True.
And Kohl's.
Yep, you can take it back to
UPS.
Kohl's.
I mean, they're great. I'm
so
not
did they
saying that.
eventually take care of your issue?
They did, but that wasn't the question. My question is, what is the weirdest customer service interaction you've had? Because that was pretty weird for me.
Yeah, I think you ran into a bot.
Yeah. I had an ease driver pull up to my house.
These are the people that deliver
cannabis
Yeah.
products. And the ease guy on the doorstep, you have to show your ID and all that stuff. He said, hey, Steve Mason, I heard you tip well.
Whoa.
I'm like, it says Steve Mason.
But they said to you, I heard you tip well?
Correct.
That's fishing for a tip.
You think it is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They say that to everybody.
You don't think it's because I gave the last guy a $20 bill?
Whoa, a 20 on a delivery?
It's weed, Michael.
Oh.
Yeah.
When it absolutely positively has to be there immediately.
Maybe.
You were too high.
Maybe one driver said something to the other guy.
Yeah.
But the
like
guy
that.
it's not right for him to say that.
I agree. But he did get a 20.
Well, I don't
Well, we
think
had that
it's right.
one clip of the guy that did the delivery. Remember, we played this a few months ago, and he said to the woman, "Pretty nice house for a $5 tip."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Thank you," and he said, "F you," and walked away.
Yeah.
It was a $20 order.
Right. It was like she tipped 25% and got crap for it.
Yeah, that's
insanity.
That's a good tip. You
great
gotta
tip.
take
So-
25%.
I have a big problem with Sears repair.
With Sears repair.
Sears repair.
Sears.
Wow.
Aren't they at a
You,
business?
you pay
That's the
monthly
problem.
and
They're
they
in
come and
bankruptcy.
fix whatever issue.
Right.
And then you pay.
So you're on
But in
retainer.
order for you to talk to somebody that is going to answer, you might spend a couple of days. Really.
Wow.
On hold?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you're so high when you get your weed delivery. Aren't you afraid instead of giving a guy a 10, you might give him 100?
No, Michael, I don't. One, I don't carry hundreds. Number two, I just have a little.
He never carries money.
I'm not blotto. I'm just a little stoned.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference. There's a difference between the two.
What is
Hey,
blotto?
thanks, man.
Blotto is like
Gong gong.
you've taken so much, you're just like you don't even know where you are.
I've never heard that saying.
Blotto?
You went blotto?
I bet it's an
word?
actual word.
Brian smokes more than
know that?
anybody in this entire
know.
building.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of
I
it.
never
Wait
tried.
a minute, Brian. Do you smoke more than anybody in the
No,
building?
no. I'll put my boy up against you any time of the week. Mason's going hard daily.
No. Okay, you think
know.
Oh,
Brian's
Brian's
not going daily?
Mace, wouldn't some of the weed help Pepe with his knee pain?
You know, Pepe, it's completely true. It would make a difference.
It's okay.
Do you want me to give you a gummy?
No, I'm okay.
You want a gummy?
I'm okay.
I got a little Pez
When's the last time
dispenser
you
filled with
smoked?
gummies.
Pepe might help you sleep.
I'm okay.
When's the
you
last
sure?
time, Pepe, when's the last time you were puffing?
Huh? Last time what?
You were puffing.
Smoking.
Michael, you've never smoked weed, have you?
Never tried it.
You're missing
I know.
out, Michael.
Maybe when I was very, very young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just out of peer pressure.
Pepe, I resisted it for a long time, taking these gummies to help me sleep, and ever since I did it, it's been an absolute game changer.
John is technically a stoner.
Yeah, but I only take them at one time, right before I go to sleep.
Yep.
You're a mini stoner.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like honored that Mace would even include
Accept me in the
that.
club?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
smoke that joint.
Yeah, no, I never smoke anything. I just take one gummy
Has Lisa tried them?
and I go sleep. Yeah,
She likes them?
she doesn't need them as much as me. She can sleep
She can
without
sleep,
help.
yeah.
But
All right, is that it
Cappy
for,
and Mace dragged me into it, and I'm glad they did.
Is that it for What's Up,
Yep.
Fool?
Sure is.
All right,
Yeah.
coming up next, an indecent proposal. I want to talk to you guys about this
Okay.
scenario. Plus, what is Darvin Ham thinking about Anthony Davis? We got both those stories coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
afternoons on 710 ESPN with Sedano and Cap.
The fun way to drive home. I get caught all the time. Like all of a sudden this hot young girl will walk by and I'm watching, turn my head.
Yeah, but tú eres un sus. Like, that's different.
Why is that sus?
You're un viejo entertainment destination. Reminder, party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a post-game meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. On Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. Contractors on Service Titan put up big numbers. How big? In their first 2 years on Service Titan, contractors typically see a 17% increase in revenue, a 9% increase in average ticket size, and a 10% increase in call booking rates. They also average 4.7 out of 5 stars on customer.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 million mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
It's Friday, people. I got it right this way. Last week I did it on a Thursday. I played that on a Thursday, thought it was a Friday, and it turned out to be a Friday. You remember that, Pepe? Yeah, sometimes I get a little confused.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
not today.
Yeah. Michael Thompson and Pepe Mantilla both hanging out with us on F-Fit Friday. So let me ask you guys, you are all Laker guys. Darvin Ham was quoted as saying he wants Anthony Davis to take 6 3-pointers a game. Now, to me, just novice me, that seems ridiculous. I want Anthony Davis down low in the post and doing damage. What is he trying to get at, Ireland?
First of all, Davis's stroke looks a lot better. He's been working with Chris Gent, the Lakers' lead assistant, all summer on shooting threes and getting his jump shot back. But your question is fair. He's a 30% career three-pointer shooter, and last year I think he shot even under 30%.
Yeah, he's 28%.
I think that what Darvin is trying to do, and Michael, you tell me if you would agree, I think he's trying to make people go out there and guard him. Because if they go out there and guard him, it opens up the middle for all of the slashers.
I totally agree with you. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, for Austin Reeves, for LeBron, for people that want to go in and penetrate. And I think, Michael, he's just trying to get the defense out to the three-point line. You
Get
buying
your butt
it?
down at the basket.
Makes absolutely no sense to me. So if you had Kareem, he'd tell Kareem to park out by the 3 so he could open up the lane.
Yeah.
Makes no sense, Pepe. Listen, you got Anthony Davis, who's probably, along with Joel Embiid and Jokic, one of the 3 best paint scorers in this game.
Joel Embiid and Jokic both shoot threes.
Yeah, and they do too.
But
do
they're
too much
effective at it. Anthony Davis has not been.
Yeah, AD is unstoppable around the basket.
Why
are you going to take
by the
him
way,
away
he
from
shot
there?
25% from 3 last year.
You're missing the point, Michael.
No, I ain't missing it. But you got 3-point shooters already.
You're missing the point because John, we are talking about what is Ham trying to do. Maybe he's trying to confuse the other teams. Basically, that's it.
So, by the way, Mason, I don't think he will take 6
No, I don't think he won't.
I hope not.
I think he's just throwing it out there like if I would say, like, Colorado's playing tonight, they're playing Stanford, I might say before the game, you know, we've been working on 5 or 6 trick plays, and you're going to see some tonight. Now, all of a sudden, they have
So
to
you think
guard
this is the
on
old
trick
misdirection play?
I think a little bit, yeah. let me put it this way. Anthony Davis has never averaged even 3 3-point. I mean, I think the most he ever averaged was the year they won the title, and it was like 3.1 threes a game.
Last year he took 1.3.
Yeah.
This is like saying, you know what? I want Shohei Ohtani to bunt more. No,
but Michael, every big man now shoots threes. You would have to shoot
but he's
threes
not
if
one.
you were
It's
playing
not in
now.
his skill set.
But okay, I'll give you an
It's
example.
in Joel Embiid's skill set. It's not in Anthony Davis.
I'll give you guys an example. First 7 years of his career, Brook Lopez took 1 3-pointer. 1 in 7 years. He worked on it all summer. Every year since then, I think he's in his 14th season. He's shot at least 100.
He's not as good as Anthony Davis scoring in the paint. Davis is one of the top 3 scorers in the paint.
Yeah, I'm not disputing
But we're not
that.
talking about that.
By the way,
we're taking away from him from his strength.
Hang on a second. 2 years ago, he shot 18% from 3.
Yeah, makes no
He's
sense.
not a 3-point shooter.
He's not.
Hey, Greg,
but maybe
look up
he's
a couple of things. Last year at Washington, Anthony Davis at Washington against the Wizards, and at Milwaukee against the Bucks.
I'll tell you one
Those
thing.
were his 2 biggest games of the year, but I don't remember if he had
Pepe,
threes in those
If
games.
I was an active player today and I was guarding Anthony Davis, I'm praying he stays outside because if he gets around the basket, there's nothing I can do. He'll get me in foul trouble and he's going to score. So, yes, please, Anthony, take 10 threes a game. Please, make it easy for me.
But,
Come
Michael,
on.
if he's making them, doesn't it open it up for everything else?
No, because you got Taurean Prince, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, LeBron. Who else is out there? You got all these other guys who can knock down threes. You don't need him out there shooting threes. You got 3-point
Rui
shooters already.
Hachimura, I think, has got a
Rui's
good
another
looking
one who can
stroke.
knock down threes.
Yeah.
Let Anthony Davis stay in the paint where he can kill.
So how
destroy
many
people.
threes he should take, Michael?
1 or 2.
Yeah, I agree. 1 or 2.
I'm okay with him taking those shots as long. Now, if he goes out and shoots 33s and he makes 2 of them,
right?
Darvin will adjust his thing.
You said at Washington Wizards?
Yeah.
So
how many points did he have in that game?
He had 55.
Right. Did he shoot any threes?
2 for 3 from 3-point range.
2 from 3.
2 for 3.
All right. What was the other game you wanted?
At Milwaukee.
At Milwaukee, so the game right before that.
Michael,
how many did he have in that game?
So in that game, he had 44 points, 2 or 3 from 3-point range.
Yeah. So there you go.
So
I think that's about right.
3.
Yeah. And by the way,
Would you say you want him to shoot 6 to 10, Pepe?
No, but Michael, he
It's
made 4 out of 6 in those 2 games,
And he scored 40-something points in
It's well over
in the
100
other ways.
points.
Come on.
He's
over
going to
100
play.
points.
We know that he's going to play next to the basket.
He should.
That's
That's where he's best at.
I think that Birmingham is saying that.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers, don't throw 30 times a game. Why don't you run 15 times a game, too?
Okay,
Come on. Come on, Pepe. Wise up.
Tranquilo, Michael.
Pepe, I'm with you.
Tranquilo.
I'm with you.
Who, with me?
Pepe.
You don't like that conversation anymore?
I'm done. We're moving on.
Okay.
We're sliding by that. So, Ireland, you sent this story today about a woman. Was she a soccer player?
Yes, very attractive.
Yes, and she plays for the Swiss
Swedish.
national.
Yeah, it's either Swiss or Swedish.
So very, very
What's her name?
attractive.
What's her name? You got it right there, right?
I don't.
I thought you said.
I've got the story. I don't have her name.
Well, her name is in the story.
Alani? Is her name Alani?
Here, I'll pull it up.
Because I know all these women
Alana.
soccer players.
Because what happened was this woman, and John will tell you who it is, she received a 6-figure offer from a well-known celebrity for a one-night stand.
It's like what's that movie with Robert
Indecent
Redford?
Proposal.
Yeah.
What's her name, Ireland?
I'm looking it up.
She told German rapper Shirin David on the podcast Direct Tea Talk.
Very famous podcast.
About the indecent proposal from the internationally known celeb. She says, I was in Miami, my favorite place, and I met some friends at a club.
Alicia Lehman.
Yeah, I know she is.
Okay.
I've seen her.
She says, I got a message on my mobile, which I didn't reply to, but the same person that messaged me was the bodyguard looking after me. So in other words, somebody, this rapper, offered her $100,000 for a night. Now, is the question, would you take that?
Would you consider it?
Would you consider it?
But it's more of a question for Laura. Because I think any guy, because guys are, guys that would do it for free.
Guys.
Yeah.
Be surprised.
But Laura,
Uh-huh.
if a famous person, so someone like a famous rapper,
Okay.
sees you in a club and for whatever reason you tickle his fancy,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, hey, I want to hook up with that girl, but I'm only in town for one night. And he basically gives you an indecent proposal saying, hey, I find you really hot. One night, let's hook up. I'll give you $100,000. Do you even consider it?
No.
Do you have friends who would?
No.
Yeah, I think it's a reach.
Yeah,
I wonder how much game this rapper
What about
has.
$1 million, Laura?
No.
Like in the movie.
Because that was in the movie.
Oh, that was in the movie,
it
$1
was
million.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing: if a rapper who probably has a notoriety and whatever,
Yeah, he's a famous rapper.
yeah, but to me, it's all about confidence. So if you come up to me and you're like, "Yo, what's up?" and you're having a conversation, if I'm single,
Yeah, he would have a better chance if
Yes.
he doesn't offer you any money.
Exactly.
Yeah, the money is an insult.
it is.
But it's
Because
still
there's no-
$100,000.
You do become immediately a sex worker once you accept $100,000 for sex.
Right.
Right? I would say, but John, I think you're right. Most guys would probably do it.
Oh, guys would.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys would
exactly.
do it for free.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, did you see this girl?
Yeah, she's
She's really pretty.
Yeah,
Beautiful girl.
I mean, she probably gets hit on a lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah, she's and I know this. I know she is. I read about her and I've seen her play. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's gay. Because she had she's known to have a girlfriend.
Oh wow!
So maybe she's bisexual. Who knows?
So it's $100,000 to change teams. Now, Mace, now that's the question for you. What if, for whatever reason, a woman finds you irresistible and says,
"Wait a minute!" For whatever reason, a woman finds me irresistible. I am irresistible.
Okay.
What if it was the nanny?
Fran Drescher.
Which she actually did hit on me.
That's why I'm using someone that's hit on you.
If Fran had said, by the way, who's now negotiating a new deal or hopefully negotiating a new deal for SAG-AFTRA.
If she says to you, or you get word through bodyguards and security people.
I would have slept with Fran Drescher for the bag.
Right. I think you would have.
For the bag?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For $100,000?
For a bag?
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, she's a handsome woman.
She is. She's beautiful. Yeah.
And she really doesn't talk like that.
Hey, Fred, you want to go out with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, John, Michael and John and Pepe, I got a great story for you guys. Great story for you guys.
Does it involve $100,000 in sex? Because that's going to be hard to top that story.
It's not $100,000 in sex story, but it is a sexy story for you guys because there's some information out there that suggests that load management doesn't actually work.
Oh, thank the Lord.
I've been telling you that for years.
We will do this coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Thank God. It's been a long-ass week. Dodgers losing. Very depressing. We're turning the page and we're moving on.
Well, I mean, you've got Lakers-Warriors tonight. What else could you ask for?
Exactly. We got USC Notre Dame tomorrow. We got Rams versus Arizona on Sunday. By the way, feel really confident about that.
Well, so does Brian. He picked him in Survivor.
Yeah, Brian, good call. Rams over Arizona for your Survivor pick. I like that.
We can have some balls with the way that we go compete and put it out there.
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's do it.
Mason, who'd you take?
I am on Miami.
So am I. My mom is on Buffalo.
Buffalo's a great pick. My mom is on Buffalo.
Okay.
It is pretty amazing that this little group of people, Brian, me.
Yeah, we started with 130 people in Survivor, and we have 35 left, and probably 10 of them work here.
Yes. We own this
The only
thing.
person that's been knocked out is not stepdad Leo.
Poor Leo.
Everybody else still in.
Exactly. We've talked a lot about load management here. And the one thing I've said is, there's not a lot of data available about how effective it is. So Joe Dumars, who is, what is his official title? Vice President of, anybody know? Vice President of something at the NBA.
Weight gain?
Jeez, Ireland, come
on.
No. Joe's put on, Michael, probably 100 pounds?
Looks like a little nose tackle.
Wow. All right, so here's what he said. Before it was a given conclusion that the data showed that you had to rest players a certain amount and that justified sitting them. We've gotten more data. And it just doesn't show that resting, sitting guys out correlates with lack of injuries or fatigue or anything like that. What it does show is maybe guys aren't as efficient on the second night of a back-to-back. Dumars adds that the culture in the NBA should be that every player should want to play 82 games. Obviously, everybody's not going to play 82 games, but everybody should want to play them. And that's the culture that we're trying to reestablish right now.
It's not amazing. Getting paid millions of dollars and they want you to have to go to work. Oh, please go to work. Please want to play. This is a game you all dreamed about playing since you picked up a basketball as a kid. And now that you're here, you look for ways to get out of playing if you're healthy.
I hate to agree with you, but I do agree with you,
Thank
Michael.
you, Pepe.
It's one of the few times that you said something that makes sense.
Don't make a habit of it.
But don't make a habit.
I hate load management.
Even if he tries.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know what this data is or what this research is or where it came from, but obviously the NBA is making this a huge priority as Joe Dumars, vice president of weight gain, is involved now.
Yes. And by the way,
hopefully Joe's not listening.
Yeah, I hope Joe's not
Joe
here.
isn't even the heaviest guy. There's like Rick Mahorn, who was his teammate back in Detroit, has gained a whole bunch of weight.
Just naming fat guys? Is that what you're doing? Is that the game?
Yeah.
It's the who's fatter than who game on 710 ESPN today.
We got a bunch of offensive linemen running around there.
But doesn't this data suggest that there shouldn't be back-to-backs?
No.
Even the league says that players aren't as efficient on the second night of a back-to-back.
So if they didn't have back-to-backs, then the season will go forever.
Well, I mean, you could start the season earlier and get rid of the crap we're doing right now.
Preseason.
With all due respect,
every team should play 2 preseason games, and this should be a regular season game tonight.
And jump right in.
Yep.
Why not? Why do you need preseason
two
games?
preseason games? I like that.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think teams are going to give up the money, though. The Lakers make a lot of money every time. Like tonight, they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That
so
is
Warriors.
true. And besides, the Lakers go to places where they don't see basketball often, like the Honda Center or Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But
I would love to see a team. Somebody is going to zag on this load management thing.
It's easy to get out of it.
But what's zagging look like?
Ignore it.
Yeah.
Ignore load management?
Yeah.
All the players
I'd love to see one team have like 5 guys play 82 games. Now there might be 5 guys in the whole league that play 82 games.
Right.
But what if a team got competitive about it? Basically just said, we're playing every game, all of us. And I think if that
team would be gassed for the postseason. I don't think
would they?
Oh, I mean, you could probably
Michael
be the number 1 seed. But
Michael played in every regular season game and won. They go to the title every year.
Yeah, let's not turn back the clocks.
Mace,
but isn't that what Dumars did with this?
Well,
story?
supposedly this research, which I haven't read. There's apparently research out that suggests it, but it's clear that the league has made this a priority.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing.
Do you guys think that the new rule they made that starting this year, it's the first year they're doing it, if you don't play a minimum of 65 games, you can't win any postseason awards. You can't be All-NBA, you can't be MVP, you can't be Most Improved. You have to play a minimum of 65 games or you're out. And some of these guys have contracts that like Jaylen Brown this year, the reason he was able to make all that money is because he made All-NBA last year. For example, LeBron was third-team All-NBA last year. He couldn't make All-NBA this year if he played the same amount of games as he did a year ago.
Right.
And they're probably doing it. So
do you guys think that players will care?
To play more.
Those that have incentive bonuses tied to being All-NBA
But every player does. If you are All-NBA, you get kicked into a different stratosphere. That's why Jaylen Brown was eligible for that. Michael, would have been $70 million less if he didn't make it, right? $70 million is a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I think more players are going to go for it.
Yeah, if that's the case, I didn't realize that. So everybody that makes All-NBA gets on some sort of salary escalator.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And you're eligible for a supermax.
Yeah. Okay.
And Michael, you cannot...
And you'll be ineligible for it if you don't play 65.
You cannot keep on comparing what it was in the past and what it is now.
He does.
Wait a minute.
No, you are the one always saying...
No, but Pepe, why not?
Back in my
Because
day.
it's different. They
Why?
play
What's
with different rules, different everything.
It's easier now.
Michael,
Back in my day.
Michael,
No, Michael's right.
Yeah, no, but
let Pepe get to his point.
The calendar is turned. Go ahead.
Pepe's got a point to make one of these minutes.
Michael, I'm with you. But what I'm trying to say is you always come back with the same story. Change the story.
Why?
You said the other day one thing that I like about Will Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Will Chamberlain, with the rules nowadays that you can even touch anybody, he will be scoring 100 points every game.
Well, and think about this. Wilt had a year where he played all 82 and averaged, think about this, over 48 minutes a game. So he played every minute of every game, including all the overtimes.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually had his minutes per season were like 48.1.
So Mace, if Wilt could do it, why can't today's players do it? What's the difference?
Are we having the back in my day conversation? Because I hate that conversation.
But how about this? Well, so let's make it current.
Are we having the these kids today conversation?
Yes. Mace, we did a game in Vegas the other day against Brooklyn.
Yep.
Mikal Bridges, who plays for the Nets, has never missed an NBA game.
Good for him. That's a strong choice.
He didn't miss a game in college.
Yep.
He didn't miss a game in high school.
Yep.
And this is a current player, a 25-year-old current player.
Right.
If he can do it, why can't others?
Yeah. Mace.
It's available to everybody.
Correct.
So
that's what we're saying. Why aren't we encouraging that?
Yeah.
Well, I think the league is encouraging that. I don't think anybody wants to see guys sit out.
You in the past have been no.
Look, you guys are ring culture guys. I mean, it's only about the championship.
So?
The regular season isn't as important. It's just for seeding.
The regular season gets you ready to win a ring.
Right, but the reality is that you only get measured by rings.
Well,
in the
for
NBA.
greatness, different levels, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we understand that. It's the player going in.
If the objective is a ring, and everybody's got their own data, everybody's got their own research.
Right.
Your kid,
it's the only thing,
Clay.
It's the only thing you say. You can torture numbers to tell you anything you want.
Golden State probably does more of this than any other team, any other organization.
But they're older.
They are older, and they're measuring. Doesn't Clay have like a little thing in his
wearable
jersey?
Technology,
a wearable that tells you how far he's run and how many times he's jumped and all that stuff.
By the way,
they're using that information.
Clay is among the league leaders. I think he's led the league twice in moving without the ball.
Right.
So he's moving all the time.
Yeah, they do move.
So see, it's different because of the technology that they use now.
Yeah.
See, any sport is different because of the technology.
Right, but Pepe, I agree with you. It's different. But why does the idea of playing every game, why is that unappealing or why is that dangerous?
No, I want the players to play all the games.
Right.
And they just don't want to play because they don't want to play.
Michael, do you think it's the players or do you think it's the teams being overly cautious?
It's the players, man, getting mentally soft.
It is part organization.
You think Clay and Steph ask for nights off?
No, Clay never asked. Clay wants to play. Especially before his injuries, he wanted to play every game. He took pride in suiting up every game and being healthy for every game.
Yeah, I mean, like, for just flipping to baseball, Freddie Freeman, they had to beg him to take
that's a great
game
example.
Off.
Yeah, see?
His goal is to play 162. Mookie also was on pace for 162. They convinced him to take one game off, too.
One game out of
Baseball's
162?
a different animal, though, because you play basically for 6 months.
Correct, yeah.
You know,
there are guys that take pride in. I played all of them.
Every game.
I'm sure Mikal Bridges takes a great deal of pride.
So all of this comes to pride. And you were talking about the regular season. The best example is the Dodgers. The Dodgers win the regular season, and then they lose in the playoffs. So what's going on?
By the way, do you guys think those two things are related? Do you think that the fact that the Dodgers go so hard every regular season is actually a bad thing?
I would argue that they didn't go particularly hard in September. The guys floated in and out of the lineup. Kershaw only pitched on Saturdays.
They took their foot off the gas.
You lose your
much.
edge, Ireland.
That might be.
You think Michael Jordan ever took a month off?
No. Would you guys change? Would you guys change that? If you want to, we can talk about this on the other side.
He took 2 years off.
Do you?
That's true.
Yeah, that is.
But when he came back, though, he wasn't taking no time off.
Do you guys think baseball needs to change the playoff format?
Because
there's 3 now 100-win teams out.
And the 5 teams with the best record are gone.
Yeah.
Best record's gone.
Could baseball tweak the playoff system in order to alleviate that?
Let's talk about that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
I feel like I'm in Michael's car.
To my surprise,
it's the Monster Mash.
He did the Monster
Still have a catchy tune. Pepe was dancing to it. Don't let him fool you.
When I was doing top 40, when I was doing top 40 radio, we would do the top 9 at 9. And when you got to October, every night the number one song was Monster Mash.
Because it had a Halloween theme.
Bobby, to it, anybody? Bobby. Nobody knows who's it. Bobby.
Darren.
No.
One-hit wonder, right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. All right, it's Bobby something.
Is that the only Bobby that you know, Michael?
Bobby Darren? No, there was, let's see, another Bobby.
Mac the Knife. Bobby Darren was Mac the Knife, right?
Well, yeah. Bobby Bonds, Barry's dad, used to watch him play.
In the music industry.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
Bobby Vinton, maybe?
Bobby Vinton from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
The Polish Prince.
All right, so we're talking about the
baseball,
and
how to make it easier for the best teams.
Whoa,
how about win? How about hit the freaking ball?
Whoa.
Pepe knows I'm right. Say I'm right, Pepe. Say it.
So the teams with the 5 best records in Major League Baseball this year. Teams with the 5 best records.
What's your point?
Out of the playoffs.
And what's your point?
When you
play better.
When you see a pattern like that, it suggests
something is wrong.
Something's not right.
Yeah, how about choking?
The best teams aren't making it to the World Series, which isn't necessarily the best thing for baseball.
Whose fault is that?
Well, partly it's the format. Partly it's the format. Arizona it's almost better now to be a wild card than it is to get the bye.
So what if I left it up to all of you? What would you change? Pepe, you had one idea during the break.
The 7 games.
Yeah. Now, would that help?
To win 4 out of 7.
Well, no, baseball would like it because they get more revenue.
I would make wild cards 1 game.
1 game.
1 game wild card, advance to a round of 7 games. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I like that.
So you get all that drama of the week before the playoffs really start with 1 game playoffs. I think there would be 4 of them. Then those 4 teams advance, and we get actual series from there that are 7-game series, which are more representative of what teams are capable of. The better teams have a chance to advance, have a higher chance of advancing when it's a 7-game series.
And you think those owners will want to give up that potential revenue of a 5-game series, 2 games at home? Possibly, maybe 3 if it goes 5.
You're talking about the wild card round.
Right.
Well, they're getting a wild card game.
But that's just 1
game. And baseball is getting those 2 extra games, or right, a 7-game series. So doesn't it all even out? Isn't this all revenue sharing?
Yeah. And well, to Pepe's point, too, it then normally in a 7-game series, it would favor the better team.
Right.
Of course.
So that's one way. I mean, you can't do nothing. You don't want the Orioles, the Braves, the Dodgers,
the Rays,
all
the top
out.
5. Yeah.
It just doesn't. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for the fans. So that's one thing you could do. Make the series 7. Is there anything else you can do? We said yesterday you could give the in this case the Dodgers and the Braves the option to play in the wild card round if they want to. I just don't think any teams would take it.
I don't think anybody would take that.
But, Michael, you say sitting around for a week is no good.
No, definitely not.
Would you take it? Would you, if you were the Dodgers and Dodgers win 100 games, they win the division, and baseball says, you have a choice. We'll put you right into the second round, or if you want to keep playing so you stay sharp, you can play in the wild card round. You pick. Would you play in the wild card round?
No, you'll probably take the automatic bye, of course.
Right. So, I mean, that's not a solution.
Nobody's going to play.
I think 1 game play-in, which would be dramatic and cool, and then 7-game series. By the way, that would be like 3 games in the wild card, 5 in the divisional series. That's a total of 8 games. If you do 1-game playoffs and you do a 7-game series, it's also 8 games. So you're not actually losing any revenue. It's just coming from different places.
But if you play 7 games, you can lose 2 games and then win the series.
Correct. Yeah.
But if you only going to play 5 games, if you lose the first 2 games, there's a lot of pressure.
You're cooked.
Especially if you go and play away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys something. I'm squeezing in some stories here at the end of the show and the end of the week. It has nothing to do with Succession. I was actually not going to play that. So I was saying yesterday that one of the things that I think the Dodgers are missing is a big emotional leader, a passionate leader, a guy who's going to lead
player or manager?
Manager, a guy who's going to lead your team into a fight. And that's Dave Roberts' job. So I said yesterday, I think if Tommy Lasorda was the manager of this year's Dodgers, they would have advanced to the National League Championship
Mace,
Series.
you're reading my mind. You really are reading my mind because you need somebody that has the spirit, that has the emotion, Lasorda or whomever, but that shows emotion. This is a sport. This is a game. I hate the numbers. The numbers are important, but everything has to be numbers. If numbers are not working, why don't you just change and try to produce runs and try to confuse the other team?
What is an example? Obviously, Tommy Lasorda has passed away. Would have been too old anyway to bring it at this point. But what's an example of that?
Okay.
Are you thinking of anybody?
I'm going to grab somebody from a different sport.
Okay.
So this is a speech, and I'm not sure who they were playing. It's the head coach of Nebraska.
Matt Rule.
I
sent this to Stu Lance, who went to Nebraska after I heard this.
So he gave this speech before last week's game. Listen to this.
Let's lock in on this moment right now. Let's all just be here for a second, all right? I'm dead serious. Take a minute. Let's just be everybody be right here. Okay? You guys worked your ass off to be right here. So let me tell you what's going to happen today. Okay, let me tell you what's going to happen today. We're putting away childish things. Okay, we're putting away fear because there's no reason for us to be afraid. Okay, we're putting away expectation. We are going to go out there today And we are going to play the way we play. It's about our football. It's about the things you freaking guys do. I don't want anybody on that field hoping or waiting. I want guys out there demanding it from themselves and believing in the guys next to them, believing in what they do. I want to see your personalities come out tonight. As long as you just win one rep at a time. I just want you one rep at a time. I don't want you getting pulled out. I don't want you thinking about the score. I don't want you thinking about else, man. Just like if we played these guys at practice. How would you guys be? You'd go after them. And that's what's happening tonight. I believe in you guys. That was clear. The coaches believe in you guys. You guys believe in each other, believe in yourselves, believe in the process, one snap at a time. RDV, every snap, what's next? Play like brothers. Play like brothers. Pick each other up. Help each other out tonight, man. That's why we've gone through what we've gone through. The camp you went through, the first 2 weeks, but there ain't no victims here. If we die, we die. If we die, we die. But go steal home base like Ron said. Go do it tonight. Go make your place. Go be you. Just be brotherhood. Let's go, man.
Let's go. If we die, we die.
I like that. And then they went out and lost?
I don't know.
By the way, check the score.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the speech necessarily
Well, Michael, I was going to
worked.
ask you about that. So
They died.
They died?
When,
They died?
I don't know.
That's all
Pat Riley didn't always yell at you guys, but he did every once in a while. Do you think fiery speeches like that make a difference?
No. I mean, it's maybe to some kids. I'm sitting there going, man, will you relax?
Really? So that didn't.
No,
if
that
we
wouldn't
die,
inspire
we
me.
die. That speech.
Sounds
By the way, I
so
think
fake.
that was the speech from 300. No, it's seriously. I think that's.
Then we shall fight in the shade.
If we die, we die. I
If they
think
die,
they come
they
from
die.
300.
I never had a coach
Yeah,
talk
no,
to us like
that's
that.
that's
Rocky
Rocky.
IV.
Yeah, that's Drago.
If he dies, he
If
dies.
he dies,
If he dies,
he
he
dies.
dies. Yeah.
But Michael, it is important nowadays because some of these kids, some of these players, they need that push. They need, to feel it. They need that. Okay.
But who is that guy?
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't.
why would you
there
want him
aren't
on
a
your
lot
team?
of rah-rah baseball managers right now. The baseball manager is almost an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like Mace, who's the best baseball manager right now? Active.
I would say
Dusty Baker.
But
Yeah.
he's at the end.
He's at the end of the road, but Dusty Baker is pretty state of the art at the moment.
How about Bruce Bochy?
Brian Snitker, I like a lot.
What
In
Dusty
Atlanta,
Baker
he's out.
and Bruce Bochy have in common is they're kind of like Yoda. They're old dudes who share wisdom. You could go get an old dude if you want to. Somebody that had
So
been.
you want to go get the baseball version of Deion Sanders?
Well, that would be great, but who is that?
Well, I mean, I'll identify one guy that I think. He's the bench coach for the Tampa Bay Rays, Rodney Linares, who? Rodney, so
Rebecca
what
Linares?
if you don't recognize his name?
If he walked in there naked right now, we'll be knowing.
He was a manager in the Houston Astros organization, bench coach in Tampa, coach of the Dominican national team, has great relations with Latin American players, and is fiery. That's the kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy.
Like an Ozzie Guillen type.
Yes, but
There you
not
go.
so crazy.
Like Felipe Alou.
Yeah. By the way, Nebraska did win that game 20-7.
There you go. See?
If they
there
die,
you go,
we
Michael.
die, we
there you
die.
go. See?
Wow.
Eat your words, Michael.
Your coach in Minnesota is yelling out, "Row the boat! The boat keeps sinking."
After I heard that speech, I thought this.
Sherman, forget it. He's rolling.
All right, Roland, exactly. He wasn't going to stop.
No, he was just
Did
going to.
we give up after the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Germans? Let him go. He's rolling.
Let him go. He's on a roll. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some game of games. Now, it's Michael's game today.
My game today.
Pepe is playing.
Yep. No potpourri of lies today.
No potpourri of lies. Right now, Brian Cohen, producer Brian, is leading game of games.
Oh,
for
you're
the month of
going
October.
down.
Laura's
Cohen.
playing.
Yeah.
Laura's going to play.
Laura's
Yeah, hell
Laura's
yeah.
going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Greg, Laura, Brian, Mace, me, Pepe. 6 people today.
6 players. I hope this is a good game.
This is a good game. It's going to be about strawberry pie or something.
The strawberry pie game was the worst game.
Mason, who is your favorite actor?
My favorite actor?
Yeah, one only.
I will
Probably
say
Nicholson for you.
No, yeah, I will say Nicholson.
How many Nicholson questions have I done in Potpourri of Lies? How many?
Now we got him calling it potpourri of lies.
How many?
I'm not keeping track. Have there been many?
every time that I do potpourri of true,
Potpourri of true
I have at
facts.
least one question.
At least one.
And most of the time, you know the answer.
Are we done with Kate Beckinsale questions?
I didn't know her middle
After
name.
what you
It
did,
burned
yes.
me.
Yes.
You said
Yeah.
to ask Keanu
Pepe,
Reeves questions.
did you hear Mason and I went out to dinner with our significant others, and in the restaurant was Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, my God.
Can you
What
imagine?
are the odds?
Wow.
Yeah.
And Lisa is the one who spotted her.
Yeah,
we
Lisa-
would have walked out without even noticing.
Lisa picked her out of the crowd, yeah.
That's
All right,
nice.
Game of Games is next. Michael's Game, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
Elevate your The game fun way
at
to drive
Hollywood
home.
Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles. Jacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, I am so excited. Not for the game, but for the weekend. We've got Michael Thompson's game today. We got 6 players. Michael, describe this game.
It's going to be brownies.
It was strawberry cream pie. Now it's brownies.
Friday the 13th is the game.
Okay.
It's considered to be a day of bad luck, superstitions, and jinxes, which is true because my jinx, Pepe, is sitting right here next
There
to
you
me.
go.
There you go.
Bad
So
luck.
Friday the 13th, multiple choice, some buzz in, some everybody guesses. Here
Okay.
we go. The fear of Friday the 13th is called parocavetriophobia. True or false?
Brian.
I think we said this earlier. I'm going to say true.
Greg.
False.
Laura.
I'm going to go with false because I know Greg said it earlier.
Mace.
I'm going to go with false.
I'm going false. Pepe.
True.
It is false.
Yeah.
It's paras.
It's
not
trick-
paro.
All right, so Greg,
Trick-
Laura, Mason, Ireland all got it.
True or false? There cannot be more than 3 Friday the 13th in any given calendar year. True or false?
Greg.
Say it one more time.
There cannot be more than 3 Friday the 13th in any given calendar year. True or false?
Laura.
True.
Mace.
True.
I'm going true. Pepe.
True.
Brian.
True.
It is true.
Okay, everybody got that one.
For a month to have a Friday the 13th, the month must begin on which day of the week? Sunday, Tuesday, or Wednesday?
This one is Laura.
Sunday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for Friday for a month to have a Friday the 13th?
Guess, Laura.
Tuesday.
Mace.
Tuesday.
I'm going to say Sunday. Pepe.
Tuesday.
Brian.
Sunday.
Greg.
Well, it started on Sunday this month, so Sunday.
Sunday it is.
Okay, so that was Brian, Greg, and John, right?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
What do you have?
Friday
John,
the 13th.
I've got 3 for Greg, 3 for John, 2 for Mace, 2 for Brian, 2 for Laura, 1 for Pepe.
That's
Friday the 13th brings about many superstitions. Laura and Pepe, y'all better get this one right.
Oh, great.
In Mexico, it's considered bad luck for a bride to be adorned with what on her wedding day? Pearls, flowers, or a veil?
Mace.
Pearls.
I'm going to say, well, I've seen a veil. I've seen flowers. Yeah, I'm going pearls. Pepe.
Pearls.
Brian.
Pearls.
Greg.
Pearls.
Laura.
It is pearls.
It is pearls.
Everybody
Laura,
got it.
You are Mexican.
Yeah, of course I am.
Of course I am Mexican.
Yeah, you too, Pepe. Fittingly, this horror movie director was born on Friday the 13th. Wes Craven, John Carpenter, or Alfred Hitchcock?
This is me. I'm going Hitchcock. Pepe.
Craven.
Brian.
Hitchcock.
Greg.
Craven.
Laura.
Hitchcock.
Mace.
Carpenter.
It is Hitchcock.
Oh! All right, who else got that?
Laura got it.
Laura got it. Brian got it, and John got it.
The
Okay.
Friday the 13th movie enterprise produced how many movies? 10, 11, or 12?
This one is Pepe.
11.
Brian.
Let's go 10.
Greg.
11.
Laura.
I'll go 12.
Mace.
I think it's 11.
I'm going 11.
It is 12.
Who got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Just Laura.
Laura has tied me for the lead. So here's where it's at now.
11 is 11.
Laura 5, John 5, Brian 4, Greg 4, Mason 3, Pepe 2. Here we go.
Everybody can guess here. Jump in if you buzz in if you get it.
Name is your buzzer question.
This retired NBA Hall of Famer's birthday is today. I'll give you hints. I'll give you hints. I'll give you some hints.
Oh,
I'm
going to guess before the hints?
Yep, I'm going to guess before the hints.
Who is it?
Doc Rivers.
No.
I'm out.
Here's the hints. He's black. He's a small forward. He won a ring in the 2000s. He's a very cocky Hall of Famer. He's 45 today. He's from the L.A. area. Mason.
How about Gary Payton?
No, he's from the L.A. area. Last hint?
Brian.
Paul Pierce.
Yes, Paul Pierce.
Wow. Very
Nice
good,
pull,
Brian.
nice pull.
So Brian's now tied for the lead with Laura and me.
Wow.
What year did the first Friday the 13th movie come out? Everybody guess.
We're just guessing a year.
I'm going to guess.
Hold on. We'll go in order here. Brian.
85.
No.
Don't say no.
Don't say no.
Don't say no.
We're all going to
Everyone's
guess.
guessing.
Greg, guess.
Let's go with 83.
Okay, Laura.
87.
Mace.
82.
I'm going to go 81. Pepe.
84.
It is 1980.
Nobody.
I almost guessed that.
Wow.
Which president would never travel on the 13th day of any month?
Mason.
I'll give you the
You're
multiple
going to
choice.
get
I'm
multiple choice
gonna
on
get
this one.
Kennedy, Nixon, or FDR?
Greg.
FDR.
Laura.
FDR.
Mace.
Kennedy.
Oh, he knew it.
Yeah, he knew it. Dang it.
I will go Kennedy. Pepe.
Kennedy.
Brian.
I will also go Kennedy.
It is FDR.
You guys all follow me.
Let's go.
Wait, who else got them besides Laura?
Greg.
All right, so Laura now has the lead with 6. Greg, you've tied yourself for second with 5.
I totally deked you guys, too.
Yeah, you did.
All right, here we go.
Who is the killer in the original Friday the 13th movie? Pamela, Jason, or Linda?
Greg.
Linda.
Laura.
Linda.
Mace.
Pamela.
Dang it.
I'll go Jason. Pepe.
Linda.
Brian.
Pamela.
It is Pamela, Jason's mom.
It's the mom.
Oh, I didn't know which one.
I didn't know the name.
Who else got that besides Brian?
So Mason and Brian.
Mason.
Okay, so Mace has 4. Brian, you have 6. You're
Played,
tied
by
with
the way,
Laura for
by
the lead.
Betsy Palmer.
That's right.
Played that role.
When
Weird pull.
When did Jason's mask first appear in a Friday the 13th movie? Part 2, 3, or 4?
Laura. Part 2, 3, or 4?
2.
Mace.
2.
I'll go 2. Pepe.
2.
Brian.
I'll go 3.
Greg.
I think Brian might be right, but I'm going to go 2.
What is it, Michael?
It is part 3.
Did Laura get that again?
No, that was Brian.
Brian got it. So Brian has the lead by himself.
Brian has the lead for the month.
The month,
too.
yeah.
All right.
Are we out of it or somebody out of it?
No, I'll tell you what. No, everybody's still there. Let's do. You got 5 more, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 more. Here we go.
Everybody guesses here.
Okay.
This is the second and last Friday the 13th for 2023. Which month this year had a Friday the 13th? Everybody guesses.
All right, Brian.
March.
Greg.
I'm going to say April.
Okay, Laura.
Dang, April.
Mace.
May.
I'm going to go March. Pepe.
March.
What is it, Michael?
No one got it. I'll give you a hint. Buzz in if you can get it.
Okay.
If no one gets it, here's the hint.
All right.
The month.
Pepe.
Go ahead, Pepe.
February.
No. The
All
month.
right, you're out.
Think of an actress.
Ireland.
Greg.
Ireland.
January.
Damn.
One of the finest actresses we have.
All right, 4 questions left.
Haven't seen her since Mad Men.
Brian still has the lead by 1 over Laura and John.
All right,
here we go.
What was Jason's first murder weapon in the movie? Ice pick, machete, or axe?
This is Greg.
Axe.
Laura.
It was. I'm sorry. What was
First murder weapon in Friday the 13th. What are the 3 choices, Michael?
Ice pick, machete, or axe?
I'm gonna go with ice pick.
Mace.
Ice pick.
I'm gonna go axe. Pepe.
Ice pick.
Brian.
I think it is ice pick.
It is. Oh,
What is Michael?
ice pick.
Yeah.
That's a big one for Brian.
Mason,
Yeah, Brian.
Dang, Brian, you're still beating
Okay,
me.
so
Pepe.
3 left.
think
Mace, you
Pepe's
got to
out.
go opposite. Yeah, Pep, you're
Okay.
out. All right, Ireland. Okay, here's the standings. Brian 8, Greg, John, and Laura 6, and Mason 5. 3 left. So you've got a kind of a chokehold on this. Here we go.
This current NBA player was born on October 13th. Which Cam is it? Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, or Cam Payne?
Brian.
Let's go campaign.
Greg.
I need to go different.
I know. Dang.
Cam Thomas.
Laura.
I'm just gonna go campaign because that's what I think it is.
Okay.
Number
Cam
1.
Thomas, Johnson, or Cam Payne?
Cam Johnson.
I'm with Mace. Cam
It
Johnson.
is Cam Thomas.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Okay, so this is going to eliminate some people. There are 2 left.
Yep.
Mace, you're out. Laura, you and I are hanging by a thread.
We're hanging by a thread, yes,
We
yes.
both have 6. Brian has 8. Greg, you have 7. So you don't have to go with Brian. Laura, you and I have to go opposite of Brian. Here we go.
Jason Voorhees is his name in the movie Friday the 13th. Which country of origin is the name Voorhees from? Denmark, the Netherlands, or Switzerland?
Brian.
Let's go Netherlands.
Greg.
I think it is.
Well, you can do it if you want to.
Yeah, I'm Denmark.
What you said Netherlands, right?
I said Netherlands.
You're going Denmark.
Ooh,
Okay.
I kind of like
Laura, we have to go opposite of Netherlands. It's Denmark and what?
Or Switzerland.
Denmark or Switzerland, Laura?
I'm gonna go with Denmark.
I'm going to go with Denmark.
It is Netherlands.
Oh, you did it again!
You won.
Rolling, baby.
Wow. You won, Brian.
Want to know my
You wanna-
tiebreaker question?
Yeah, sure.
That's my tiebreaker question.
Okay.
How many people has Jason killed in the Friday the 13th movies?
Okay.
All right.
Everybody guesses. See the closest to the number.
All right, so you don't have to write these down. We'll just guess.
47.
Brian, what do you think?
I was going to say 22.
22. Greg, you said 47?
47.
32.
All right, Laura's going 32. Mace?
89.
Wow.
I'm going to
Not
go...
that many movies.
I think 89's too high. I'm going to go 34 for Shaq. Pepe?
46.
46. What's the answer?
167.
Wow!
That's a lot more.
There were 12 movies.
I
right?
know.
He
That's
killed
crazy.
28 people in Jason X alone.
Yeah.
28. Oh, I forgot Jason X
Yeah.
is one of those ones.
I
that was
forgot.
just
Michael,
mass
that was a very
killings.
good Friday the 13th.
That was
Is
good.
that better than
X.
strawberry cream pie?
Better. Oh,
Much better than
way
strawberry
better.
cream
Wait,
Anything
isn't
is
Jason
better
X the
than-
one where he puts a girl in a sleeping bag and then just starts banging her back and forth on the ground?
Don't know. But it
It
sounds
was-
like...
Greg,
was
that
so
was
ridiculous.
a porn movie you apparently watched.
Rebecca
Wow.
Linares.
And I never seen any of those movies.
Oh, yeah?
Never.
What about Nightmare on Elm Street?
Mike, knowing you is the worst nightmare that I know.
There you go.
Pepe, at least you didn't play the Harry Potter game yesterday.
Yes. Oh, that was the worst game.
The worst
ever.
game in the history of
No,
games.
absolutely
I
not.
love
You know
that
how many
game.
people got to me and said, I love
You know how
that
many
game.
people
You know how many
got to me
people
and said,
just
I-
because you don't like Harry Potter
I
doesn't mean there
don't
aren't
know
people that
what
out
a
there.
Quidditch
Most
is
successful
and-
book of all time.
And,
I don't know if that's true.
Quidditch and
Quidditch.
that's what I remember from
Hey, look at all these guys back here.
Harry-
Oh, they
You're
all
like
knew
12.
about. They're
the
not
wand,
12.
all that stuff.
You guys are
I-
nuts.
no,
Harry
I-
Potter's great.
I wasn't listening yesterday.
You're lucky.
I'm sorry, Pepe.
You're lucky. All right,
It's a great game.
Time for some super crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM. Pasadena.
Talk.
F it Friday!
Hey, mixing it up there, Cap. So, Bergman, it's you and Cappy today. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Bergman and Kaplan.
Kathy,
That's
was
right.
that your
Yeah.
choice? Did you say Shadano's out? I can pick anybody I want to work with. I choose Bergman.
That's right. That's exactly how it went down.
Nice.
Look at
Precisely.
that. Thanks,
what do you
Cappy.
expect for him to say?
Right. And then I went to the manager of audio operations,
Yes.
Who happens to be Bergman.
Same
and I
guy.
requested that he join as co-host, not as manager of audio operations.
Excellent.
Good. Excellent.
Excellent.
I
No,
don't
he's
have
good.
to- not the
He's-
Mao today. No more Mao.
No more Mao.
And you're going to when? 5:30?
Right.
And then Slee takes over from the Laker game.
Slee on the spot.
Slee and Michael. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Cap, we were just talking about baseball playoffs and if they should tweak the format, if it would do any good. And Pepe had an idea, make the second round best of 7 instead of best of 5. We said if you offered each team a chance to either play in the wild card round or I don't think anybody would take it. I think everybody would take the free bye. Is there anything baseball can do to avoid what happened this year, which was the 5 best records are all out?
So I love the idea of going to a 7-game series, but I can't believe the amount of whining that is going on here. I mean, can I ask you guys, did the Dodgers lose because they had the bye?
Cappy, why are you doing this?
What?
Seriously, why?
You're
this
right,
has
Cappy.
nothing to do with the Dodgers.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, Mace, don't take it personally.
I'm taking it personally.
No,
It has
you
nothing to
shouldn't.
do with the
You-
Dodgers.
You shouldn't. Because, listen, the Atlanta Braves are complaining about it, and the Baltimore Orioles are complaining about it. And I just...
And the Tampa Bay Rays, the 5 best teams are out of the playoffs.
You consider that whining?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think
You're right.
so.
You're
I
right,
think-
Cappy.
No, he's wrong.
I think there are reasons why they lost, and particularly
Yeah, they
the
didn't hit the
Dodgers.
ball.
You know, but I think that if they play 7 games, you have. If you lose the first 2 games, you have a chance to come back. But with series that when you win 3 out of 5, then lose 2 games and it's very difficult.
Can I ask everybody a question? If in the NFL playoffs, if let's say 4 teams got byes and 3 of the 4 of them lost in the first round, would the NFL be saying, "Hey, we got to fix this because our better teams
the
got
NFL
knocked
is
out"?
in many ways the NFL is flip a coin, right? You have a good day, you have a bad day, and you're done. It's a one and done. It's like the NCAA tournament, one and done. In terms of baseball and the NBA, generally speaking, the best teams do get to the finals because over the course of 7 games, the most talent does win. Baseball's different in that way. Baseball can be very choppy. You can have a good series, you can have a bad series, but ultimately, I think what you need to do is to continue to play 1-game play-ins would be great the first week, then 7-game series, more representative. The best team is more likely to win.
Okay, that's all fine. Listen, Mace, I'm all for solutions to make the playoffs better and more exciting, but I do think that, unfortunately, whether you're the Dodgers or the Braves, we'll use them as examples right now, they just got beat. It wouldn't be that unusual if all of a sudden Arizona swept the Dodgers in a series during the regular season. They ran into the wrong team at the wrong time, and when I say the wrong time, it's not just about how good Arizona was. It's how beat up the Dodgers pitchers were. It's how ineffective the hitters were. And it's also an issue of what they did not do before the season started and what they did not do during the season. So, to me, I mean, this is a $270 million payroll. The Dodgers thought they had enough.
Why are you making this about the Dodgers? We're talking about the general structure of the playoffs. You want the best teams to play in the World Series. That's not necessarily the case.
To Cappy's point, though, even if the second round would have been best of 7, the Dodgers lost the first 3 games. They would have been eliminated anyway.
But you handle that differently, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They got their ass
in
kicked.
a 7. Well, they did. And by the way, Cappy, this doesn't have anything to do with the Dodgers.
No, but the Dodgers are one of the victims, aren't they?
Well, baseball is the big victim.
I don't think so.
But think about it. The Orioles got swept. The
Right, were the
Dodgers
Orioles some
got swept.
The 5 best teams
The
are
Braves, it might have helped. At one point, they were down 2-1. But
But the 5 best teams are out.
Yeah.
Right, but the 5 best teams in the regular season got into the postseason and got beat. So listen, let me ask you guys, the NCAA basketball tournament.
Yeah, one and done.
Sometimes you have a team that shows up and makes it to the finals, and you're like, they're a Cinderella. Didn't see those guys coming. They were an 8 seed, and they happened to get lucky, and the number 1 seed got knocked off, and they made it through, and before you knew it, they were in the championship, and you're like, okay, well, that's legit. That's how it goes. I mean, did the Diamondbacks in this instance, or better yet, did the Phillies, because I know it bothers you, Mace.
Yeah, I don't know why you're throwing the Dodgers in there.
Did the Phillies, I mean, is there a gripe there? That the Phillies don't belong? Because the Braves had the better record?
They're not as good as the Braves.
Well,
obviously, the Phillies won the series, but they're not as good as the Braves.
The Braves were the favorite. But I have a question for you,
The Braves are the
Cappy.
best team in baseball.
What's your question, Pepe?
I have a question for you, Cappy.
Yes, sir.
Regarding the Dodgers, do you think that the Dodgers lack spirit on the series?
Yes, I do.
Although Cap, for people that don't know, Cap spends a lot of time in San Diego County.
Yeah, he's
lives
a Padres
down there.
fan, so that's why he's
you cover the whole region. I get the gut feeling that if the Dodgers fired Dave Roberts today, the Padres, Angels, and Giants would all try to hire him. You agree?
I think the Angels and the Giants for sure.
You don't think the Padres?
I don't think so.
Are the Padres sticking with their guy?
Yeah, I think the Padres would be admitting failure by hiring Dave when they had him on their bench and in their uniform, and they didn't even give him an opportunity. And they hired some minor league guy that lasted all of about 50 games. And then as soon as the season was over, the Dodgers, he was good enough for the Dodgers, but he wasn't good enough for the Padres. I don't think this Padres administration would admit that sort of organizational failure. By the way, I'm with you, John. I think that there's nothing changing. I don't think Andrew Friedman's going anywhere. I don't think Dave Roberts is going anywhere. And I think that those guys have said, hey, look, we're a team. We are a team. And our team, me up top, you managing, our players, we did not perform. Guess we better get better.
Yeah, I think I would be shocked if they do anything major. I just don't think they're going to. They're going to tinker around the edges. Maybe they go out and get Ohtani, who can't pitch. By the way, Mace, Ohtani doesn't. He makes them better, obviously, but he doesn't fix their pitching problems. How do they address that? How do they address starting pitching for 2024?
Well, you've got young pieces right now. I would assume, Bobby Miller is obviously going to be part of that rotation. Emmett Sheehan showed flashes.
Dustin May and Walker Buehler are still iffy to be ready in February, right?
I don't think they're going to be. I think they'll be ready. Bergman, I think mid-season, right?
For both Dustin Walker Buehler and Dustin May probably not ready for spring training.
So Walker Buehler, I think, will be ready for spring training.
Yes,
he was supposed to be ready for the postseason, or just about ready.
There was some talk about it.
There was some talk about it. So I think by spring training he'll be fully ready.
How about the others?
About Dustin May, I don't think we'll see Dustin May probably till August, and same with Tony Gonsolin, maybe even later than that, and maybe not at all. Especially since this is the second one from Dustin May.
Yeah, wouldn't it be amazing? They go out and sign Ohtani, but he can't pitch.
He's not going to pitch at all.
Well, he won't pitch,
right? But then the following year, you expect him to go back to being Ohtani on the mound, right?
No. I don't.
No,
I think
so you just sign him $50 million for the bat.
Okay, so yes, you sign him for whatever he wants because you're going to make it all back in revenue. It's all going to come back. Ticket prices, jersey sales, the entire Japanese audience. You're going to make all of that money back almost immediately.
So he's not going to pitch anymore?
No, he'll probably pitch again in 2025. But not till he's not going to be himself again, or probably until 2026.
So signing Ohtani would not be about winning a World Series. It would be about selling merch.
Well, I mean, the idea of Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani in the same lineup is pretty extraordinary. That's an unbelievable.
Unless you get to the playoffs.
Well, but in the playoffs,
until you get to the playoffs,
you would expect the bats were the problem, and you would hope and expect that Shohei Ohtani would
One
come
of those
through.
Guys might hit.
Yeah, and Ohtani would. And Ohtani did it in the WBC, which isn't the same thing, but still, he's done it in pressure-packed situations. So you kind of hope and expect that he can do it within those.
A lot of people have tweeted me and said, "Well, why would Ohtani want to come to the Dodgers? Because they've got this history of losing now. These last 3 years, he wants to win championships. The Dodgers haven't done that." You know, my answer to that is, if you're Shohei Ohtani and you're looking to play on the biggest stage, every single year you want to be with the Dodgers. You know, Clayton Kershaw has pitched for 16 years, all for the Dodgers. He's been in the playoffs 12 times. He's only missed the playoffs 4 times. If you're Ohtani, you want to go where you're going to play in the postseason, and the place you're most likely to do that on a year-after-year basis is the Dodgers.
Hey, let me change subjects on you guys.
Bow, down, bow, bow.
Yeah, because Pepe and Michael are here. I want to ask them, how excited should I be about D'Angelo Russell? He looks great. I mean, he's played up against 3 really good players so far. He played Steph Curry in Game 1, Ben Simmons in Game 2, De'Aaron Fox in Game 3. And Michael, he outplayed all of them. Not by a ton, but he outplayed all of them. Are we watching a hot player who's on a hot 3-game streak, or have you noticed a difference in his game?
No, he's playing very well. He looks very confident. It looks like he's in great shape. He's thankful to be back because there was some question where he's going to come back with the Lakers, and he came back.
Signed in the offseason.
Yeah, he looks good, man. What do you
Pepe,
think,
what do you think?
I think that he might be thinking, this is my last chance to show
it's
everybody
an audition to
how
stay.
good I am.
Yeah.
Because he is good. He's good, but sometimes he gets lost in her own mind, you know.
Like you.
When I'm next to you, of course, because I don't want to see you.
No, Pepe always loses his mind when he's near you.
That's true.
Yeah.
God, would I love for you guys to just take 1 month, the two of you. Just 1 month.
I die.
And just live together for a month.
Live together. Can you imagine what a reality show that would be, the Pepe and Michael show?
Right. Just a total odd couple. We took 2 broadcasters and put them together for 1 month.
It is. It's like Tony Randall and Jack Klugman.
Until one dies. I thought you like me, Capi.
I do. I not only like you, have mucho amor para usted.
No lo demuestra usted, señor.
I always stay on Michael and encourage him to send me pictures of Roman, his grandson, because Michael and Roman are really cute together. So yesterday, Michael sent me a picture. He was teaching Roman how to clean up the dog poop from Rocco, Clay's dog. How did it go, Michael?
Good. He put his hand in a little plastic bag and actually picked it up and didn't make a mess of it at all.
Don't you think that are other things more important to teach your grandson?
How to pick up poop? No.
More than pick up poop.
I think that's really important.
That's honestly far up there.
That's a big thing. I mean, when you're walking a dog in a neighborhood.
Pretty soon, Pepe, Roman's going to want independence. And one of the things with my son that gave him his independence is when we let him walk the dog by himself, and now he walks him every single day.
Oh, okay.
And I said, Jack, if you don't clean up the poop, this is over.
Right.
Like, you're not going to be able to do it anymore.
Wasn't that cool, Lindsay? Lindsay, you see a 2-year-old learn how to pick up dog poop?
2-year-old.
I haven't seen it, but you know what? I've seen plenty of adults not pick up their dog poop, and I think they should be fined and jailed for multiple offenses.
I agree.
I agree with you.
It's disgusting. Even in the dog park where I live, there's at least 10 or 15 poop bombs in there, and it's just hello, what are you doing? Why are you not picking up after your dog? What's the problem?
Lindsay, do you let other people walk Chewy?
Yes.
How young is too young?
For someone else to walk someone's dog?
For you or in your mind, to walk Chewy? Like if you had a neighbor with 10, 12-year-old kid, would you let him do it, or is that too young?
I think my nephew's 12, and I think that's too young. But I had, when I was back home in Ohio, one of my sister's friends her son walked Chewy when he was like 14. I'd pay him like $20 to walk him, and he was great.
Boy, you pay well.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
I'll walk
that's
your
a lot
dog
of money
$20.
for a kid. I mean,
I know.
take him out and play with him, tire him
I'll
out.
walk your dog. I will walk
I
that
think
dog for
for
20
us,
hours.
I'll come walk Chewy for $20.
You'd have to be 30 to walk the dog. That's how serious we are about it.
Is that the deal, Mace?
You're 30. Once you turn 30, we'll trust you with the dog.
But listen, anybody who doesn't have a dog, all right?
Yep.
You may not understand this emotion. But when you have a dog, you love that dog so much that you are willing to pick up that dog's excrement on the spot, hot as it may be.
Yep.
You're willing to touch that with that plastic bag.
Yeah.
Like non-dog owners are like, ugh, I would never do that. Then you get a dog and you're like, oh my God, I love doing it.
Well, I don't like doing it.
I don't know. I love doing it, Cappy, but you do it.
Well,
Maybe
all
that's
right.
why some others
to do it.
Bergman, you have to fill for another hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
you got
Phil.
it in you?
No.
No, these guys don't
Phil
fill.
Berge.
Come on,
These
Bergman.
guys
You-
don't
you-
fill. They're going to
you can do
deliver
it.
for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
90 minutes of power.
You know,
That's
one of my
right.
favorite things that's happening on the station right now is at the end of that one commercial. You guys know that commercial? 1-800-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cars for
it's been
kids.
playing
It's
for
fine.
20 years.
I know.
Yeah.
I love at the end of it when you hear Morales' voice and he goes like this. He goes,
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Should it be something
end.
else?
Is
Right.
Morales
No,
the one that does
Yeah,
that?
they just change the sound of it just a little bit, just enough to. Hey, what is it?
So
What
Chris
is-
can
Paid
get
for
a.
by Cars for Kids.
Hey, Cappy, Travis is having a party at his house tomorrow. Did you guys get the invite? Because me and
Did-
Pepe didn't get it.
did not get the invite. Was not invited. Definitely feel insulted if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Are you going, Mace?
I am going.
Mace is going.
Yeah.
Johnny I?
Are
No.
you going?
I'm going
any
all
other
the
night,
way
huh?
down to wherever the hell he lives down there.
I
lives right by-
wasn't invited.
He lives right by Michael and Pepe, and they got stiffed.
But
know,
see,
I
you
wasn't-
got to realize something with Cappy though too, is that he gets jealous of the weirdest things. Like this is
Yeah,
something.
Cappy,
that,
you would admit that, right? That you have more FOMO than most people.
But he had FOMO because Alan Slewa put his finger inside of Chris's mouth, and now Cappy has FOMO that he didn't do it.
I didn't. Well, it's not that I didn't. I didn't want to do it. It's just I just didn't like that Slewa did it. And then yesterday, Morales had DeMarco like trying to rub out a knot in his chest. Morales like, yo, I got this
Sorry,
big
I missed
knot.
that.
Yeah, he's like, I got this big knot in my chest. DeMarco, can you rub this out? And like DeMarco was like
So
"Ugh,
weird.
get off of me. I know. You know,
Just weird.
But you were
weird
jealous of that.
a
people.
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Then he did an Instagram live the other night without me. That kind of irritated me a little bit.
Who, Morales did
Yep.
an Instagram? Well, do you have to be on all of his Instagram
No,
lives?
it's just that it's kind of a bit that we do. You know.
You're very territorial,
Yeah.
Cappy,
Yeah.
of Morales.
Oh my God!
You're very
Yeah,
possessive.
public
Oh
Morales,
my God
you know?
is right, Mark.
Oh
He's
my
right.
God, Cappy, please.
Well, my two favorite radio personalities are coming up next.
What about Pepe?
And Pepe, you're leaving though, aren't you?
Pepe,
Pepe
stick
and I
around.
got to go to work in
My-
the new and not so much improved Chickern press room.
My
John and myself, we're going to work. Michael is going to see who's going to bring the chips.
Chips.
Right.
Yeah, chips and lollipops.
and
Who's-
I don't need to tell you what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, Mace.
Wait,
Joyful
Mace,
and present,
Steph
Mace.
Curry, you're not coming tonight?
No, not tonight. I don't do the.
Are you
preseason.
coming Sunday for Giannis?
Don't do the preseason.
Oh, come on, man.
You'll be the
I mean,
opening night,
sell it
though.
up. Opening
For
night.
for
I'm
the
there.
Suns.
For the
Opening
Suns.
night.
Yeah. Cappy will be in the suite, I'm sure, right, Cappy?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
All right, coming up next for you is Cappy, along with Greg Bergman, Corporate Greg and Cappy. Coming up next for you. We will be back Monday at 1. Go Trojans, go Rams, 710 ESPN.